Welcome into college football pregame. We are presented by Subway. Keep moving with Subway's new fresh fit menu. We are live in Lincoln, Nebraska, home of the Huskers as they get ready to face Michigan at 3:30 on CBS. I'm Emily Proud, and I am looking forward to showing you who I have at the desk here with me. You might know some of these guys, but let's reintroduce them. Starting on the end, one-time national champion, two-time All-ACC, three-time girl dad. We've got Danny Cannell.
Most importantly, how we doing? Awesome. It's great to be here, man. Lincoln is awesome. We've had a great time.
It's not even 8 a.m. local here, and we've already got fans from both sides representing. I hear the Michigan fans out there, too. All right, when he is not giving post-game locker room speeches, the two-time Super Bowl winner is looking for the weather app on his flip phone. He is Bryant McFadden.
Fired up. Let's go, baby. Another great day, another opportunity to see some great football. I'm fired up.
I love it. Yep. When this father of a toddler and a 2-week-old is not sleeping, he's making up for them by getting us some takes. He will bring them today. This is Damian Harris, two-time national champion.
That's right. First and foremost, I got to say, I got a special place in my heart for Lincoln, Nebraska. You know why? My running back coach at Alabama by the name of Burton Burns played back here in maybe 60s, maybe 50s. I don't even know what time frame it was. But I'm telling you, when we went to the athletic facility, I was looking at pictures of him.
You saw him?
I saw him. It was a special moment for me. So with the welcome that we've got, I like Lincoln. I like Lincoln so far. I like it.
Like home. Our next guy needs no introduction to this town. He is a two-time national championship running back for the Big Red, the pride of the Cornhusker State. Hollywood actor as well.
Hello.
Amon Green is here.
Hello. How you doing? Happy to be here. Super excited. Big game, obviously. So glad to here to break down some football with you guys.
That's right. We're going to have a lot of fun.
For those keeping track at home, that is 5 national championships, 2 Super Bowls. I contribute absolutely nothing to that, but I'm here to just steer the conversation because we have so much to talk about, including this big game. Wolverines coming into your house, and they're the favorites. What do you think about that?
Oh, man, I like it. I revel in that. You know, for my mindset as a fan, even though I'm going to be watching from the seats in there, it just brings me back to the time where we had there was a potential opportunity, way back when. And we've talked about it already, off camera. And I remember when we got Charles Woodson to our team as a Packer, and I always said to him, hey, man, we would have flew out to L.A., went to Pasadena, and beat y'all in the parking lot. So this is for me, just all that just built up excitement, be like, oh man, it would have been good to kick off in their butt.
So, these young kids nowadays, they don't know nothing about just rolling the ball out in the parking lot and just picking up and playing.
Exactly. So the new generation is here. Got a good quarterback, got a solid defense. Same thing with Michigan, good quarterback, solid defense. Now, kick the ball off and let everybody go. And see what happened.
How about our honorary Husker there at the end? You are just decked out in gear.
I'm repping
and he's
the whole team.
too.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you know why I can wear this jacket? We had, when Florida State was in their prime, we had to go through Nebraska. And that was our first hurdle to get our first national championship, which we won in '93. This jacket is from the '94 national champs. Do you know who they beat? The Miami Hurricanes. So if they took down Miami, I can wear this jacket proudly. And then you know who they took out in '95? They took out the Florida Gators. So I am a deep down, like if Florida State is my first team, Nebraska's right behind them right now.
You want to be an honorary captain today, don't you?
I want to run out and through the tunnel with them.
Oh, man,
that's the fun part about this crew is we're going to reminisce back in the 90s and everything that happened with the Huskers and the Wolverines. But I want to talk about the here and now because you mentioned the great quarterback that Nebraska has. There's a pretty good quarterback coming on the other side, and Bryce Underwood as well. BMAC, how do you evaluate the 2 young stud QBs that are going to be showing down today?
Let's start with the home quarterback first and foremost. Anytime you're playing in the crib, you got to be comfortable. You got to really get off to a fast start. And when you're playing against a conference foe, that's very, very important, getting off to a fast start. And then when you look at Bryce Underwood, this is not his first test. Remember, his first massive test on the road came a few weeks ago against Oklahoma. He played fairly well. But one thing about young quarterbacks, when they're on the road defensively, you have to make them uncomfortable. My uncle used to tell me all the time, anytime someone comes into your house, if you make them stand, they won't be uncomfortable. Nebraska has to make Bryce Underwood stand and not allow him to get in that lazy boy and prop his feet up. Because if he props his feet up, it could be some issues defensively for him because of his talent and his skill set.
You keep talking about that lazy boy. You love that lazy boy.
No question.
But no, to piggyback off B-Mac, I just want to say from Bryce Underwood's perspective, like you said, Oklahoma was the first real test, right? Now, coming into another tough, hostile environment, we want to see growth. We know he can run the ball. We know he has the potential with his arm, but more so what's up in here. We want to, like you said, you don't want to see him confident if you're a Nebraska football fan. So if I'm talking to Bryce Underwood, if I'm talking to this Michigan team, just be comfortable. Whatever you've got to do to cement yourself early in the game, whether that's an offensive coordinator calling easy access throws or getting his legs involved early on in the game, do things to let him get comfortable. And if you see that growth between the ears in the first, second quarter, if you're Michigan, you know you'll be all right.
Do you guys realize what we could potentially be watching today?
Tell us.
Because we have the #1 quarterback from last season's high school ranks. 2 years ago it was Dylan Raiola. We've seen some great quarterback battles take place over the history of the sport. I'm talking Tom Brady versus Peyton Manning. You go Patrick Mahomes versus Josh Allen. You've got historically Dan Marino against Jim Kelly. This could be the first of many, many meetings between these two young quarterbacks. If they reach their potential, this might be the first of what could be epic battles between the two. It could be the start of something special here brewing today.
Mon, what do you think about your QB, Dylan Raiola? You've seen him play for a season, coming in a little bit more experience, new offensive coordinator. What have you learned about him early on in this season?
I would say so early. He's growing. That development, B-Mac talked about with Underwood as well. Same thing with Dylan. I was here his freshman year. I was on campus actually, so to watch him in practice, to grow, learn the scheme. I say get used to Coach Rule and basically the teammates around him. And then being legacy, his dad was my teammate, the Dominic, and so having that right there, it doesn't really affect him. You know, he doesn't let oh man, my dad was on this team, and none of that has affected him, which is good. You want to come out here, be your own type of player, and I'm pretty sure his dad put that in his head as well. But been developing, knowing the throws he made, rookie year or freshman year, making the mistakes, but then knowing how to get better from the mistakes to make sure, I won't do that again, or if they put pressure on me, let me just get out the pocket, slide, get to safety. We still have the ball, so we know we could still get the ball down the field into the end zone.
A little bit of news headed into this game. Of course, Sharon Moore is serving his suspension. It's a little bit different. He didn't coach last week, but this full week he was away from the team, as opposed to what we saw with Jim Harbaugh a few years ago when he was serving his extension. He could be with the team during the week. How does that affect things when you don't have your head coach leading up to a big game like this?
You know what's kind of interesting about this, Emily, is that there are a lot of Michigan fans that actually liked what they saw offensively last week better than when Sharon Moore was on the sidelines for the first two games. Chip Lindsey, the offensive coordinator, felt like he took the training wheels off for Bryce Underwood and let him cook, let him get it going with his legs. In the Oklahoma game, his first huge game on the road in an atmosphere that's going to be very similar today, didn't run him a whole lot, but last week let him loose. He was taking shots down the field. I think that's what I'm looking for today, is what version of the Bryce Underwood offense do we get for the Michigan Wolverines? Are they going to let Bryce Underwood cook and let him go, or are they going to dial it back against a team that has a talented defense that's going to be trying to pressure him? They're going to challenge him. They're going to play press outside, and they're going to try to shut down that run game. I cannot wait to see which version of the Michigan offense we get.
When you pay a kid like Bryce, what's his NIL contract?
I don't know.
We don't even need to talk about it.
I asked him.
I said, too much.
I asked Sharon Moore, and the first thing he said was, "Don't believe the numbers," but they're big.
Yeah, they're massive. Let's say that. When you pay a kid that type of money and he plays a quarterback position, no question, let him cook. Let him go out there and do his thing, because the talent, the skill set he has, we know he can go out and really be a major, impactful player with his athleticism. I would love to see Bryce get into space. I would love to see him become a +1 in the running game, because that allows him to get in his comfort zone. And now, defensively, instead of guarding, defending 11, you have to defend 12. That's why +1 quarterbacks are so unique and so gifted, because it's not getting ready to scout 11 guys. It's 2 in 1 when you have a quarterback who can become a +1. Bryce Underwood has to be involved in the running game, either QB improvising or just running on the fly, because that could put more stress on the defense, and that's something that we didn't really see on his first road test against Oklahoma. Let's see, can they implement that into the game plan today against Nebraska defense?
And I think that we should expect that, because if you look at interim head coach Poggi's comments, he's talked about a golden retriever could coach Bryce Underwood.
So how did you
He's
unleash
called him Batman. To be a quarterback, to be back to your point, that's getting paid this amount of money, that has this amount of attention on it, when you've got a head coach, even if he's your interim head coach at the time, and he has that kind of belief in you, he has that kind of spirit about how you can play, what you can bring to a team, that instills confidence. So then if I'm Bryce Underwood, I come out and I'm like, I know I've got a coach that believes in me, kind of like what Matt Rule talked about with his players yesterday. Yep. And then I've got an offensive coordinator that knows what he's got with my talent. Let me loose. He looked way more comfortable. He looked way more confident last week. I expect to see the same thing again because of the confidence that the head coach, who's the interim head coach, not Sharon Moore, is instilling in Bryce Underwood right now.
It was, just a note, it was Central Michigan.
Yeah.
So, like, the competition might have had something to do with that. It's going to be a totally different story against this Nebraska defense.
Yeah, and the exact thing, too, that Biff Poggi said, he was asked, what did you do to unleash Bryce Underwood? He looked like a new man. He said, a golden retriever could coach this guy.
Right.
That is just how good he is. We're going to speak with Biff Poggi later on in this show. I'm excited. He has some great quotes already. But I want to go to Sportsline analyst Mackenzie Brooks, because, Mackenzie, there are a lot of games with some high stakes as far as the college football playoff is concerned.
Absolutely. Now with the 12-team playoff, sometimes Week 4 has a lot of big implications. Now for the Big Ten specifically, we're in an interesting spot today. There's basically like a four-man race for that fourth at-large bid. You want to assume Ohio State, Penn State, Oregon are all getting bids from the Big Ten, but who's going to be that fourth potential bid if we only have one bid from the ACC? Now, Michigan and USC are the head of that race, followed by Indiana and Illinois. So we have essentially a knockoff game with Indiana and Illinois. Whoever loses that game falls to under a 10% chance to make the college football playoff. And Michigan themselves still have a lot at stake today. Right now, they dance around a 20% chance to make the college football playoff. If they lose today, they drop to that 10%. So not completely out of the race, but certainly going to be a gut punch if they do lose this game today. So as far as that goes, we actually do like USC overall of the Big Ten teams to make the fourth at-large bid here. If you look at our full 12-team playoff, you're going to see USC in that spot instead of Michigan because of their schedule, and their chances of going 10-2 and still making the playoff are a lot more likely than some of these other Big Ten teams. So in our current Sportsline model projected playoff, we do have USC, we have the other Big Three in the Big Ten, we have 5 SEC teams. Because of the way the ACC has been performing, they are looking like a one-bid conference right now. And then we also have Memphis representing that group of 5 and Iowa State representing the Big 12.
All right, Mackenzie Brooks, thank you so much. You heard her say it, that fourth team in the Big Ten, they have projected to be USC. But I have to ask you guys, we're here in Lincoln, Nebraska. Is a college football playoff team playing in this game today? Danny?
First of all, I just want to address Mackenzie saying the ACC only has one team.
Go ahead.
Here we go. Here we go.
5 SEC teams. Come on.
You heard
There could
nothing
be
else
4
but
or
that.
5 Big Ten teams, too. This absolutely is a playoff type game because the winner of this game gets propelled into that conversation. And Nebraska, I feel like, needs it more because they're the one that has to overcome perception of not being a powerhouse. You had Michigan just had a national championship just a couple years ago. They're in the top 25. They don't have to go as far. Nebraska, with a signature win at home today, if they can knock off this team, they will absolutely propel themselves into that conversation.
And I agree. I think that this is a huge game for both teams. To Danny's point, the winner is going to be pushed into a trajectory of confidence and knowing how to play good football. But I also think the team that loses today gets a taste of we're close. We could be that. I don't expect this to be a blowout on either side of the ball. So whichever team comes up a little bit short, well, you know you just played a potential playoff team. You know you have the capabilities to potentially beat that team. Take that, move forward, move on without the rest of your season. Now, I will say, contrary to what Danny said about this being bigger for Nebraska, I think it might be Michigan because with the national championship they won, since that, what have we talked about? Connor Stalions allegations, Sharon Moore's suspension, all these off-the-field things that take away from the fact that they did, in fact, win a national championship. So I think for Michigan, building on a national championship and being fueled by criticism and people being skeptical of you, saying you've done this, you've done that, go out, win a game like this today, push your season forward, try to make a push for a college football playoff, a Big Ten championship, and let all that other stuff go to waste.
You know what? Real quick, I got to side with Danny. I think this is bigger for Nebraska, and here's why. You're at home, first and foremost. You're playing against a true freshman quarterback. And guess what? This is year 3 for who? Matt Rule. Every other previous destination that Matt Rule has been at collegiately, year 3 has been that year where they've taken off to hit new heights, double-digit wins. And if you look at their schedule outside of today, you have USC and Penn State, the only 2 ranked teams currently left on the schedule. If you can take care of your business today, you control your own destiny in terms of getting into the playoffs. And like I said, you're at home. Take care of your home cooking, take care of the home house, and everything should work itself out.
We are so excited to be here in Lincoln, Nebraska, home of the Huskers. The fans are so excited, and they are out here early. Thank you, guys. You heard Mackenzie mention it. There's so many big games happening across the sport. Too many games, too little time. We're going to do our best to hit all the big matchups and tell you what to watch out for. You are watching college football pregame here on CBS Sports HQ.
Here we go. The 2025 CBS Sports NFL schedule is here. 18 glorious Sundays.
He's got his receiver touchdown.
Filled with rematches.
Oh, the play of the year.
And rivalries.
Touchdown, Bengals.
Plus, plenty of superstar showdowns. And an epic matchup between the Chiefs and Cowboys on Thanksgiving. Clear your Sundays beginning September 7th for the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
You can't count on accurate expiration dates.
No. That is a rookie mistake.
Or the kindness of strangers. But you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS, streaming on Paramount Plus.
This could be the greatest opportunity in my life, and it comes with danger.
Well, I bet ain't nobody seen that coming.
Tulsa King, new season streaming September 21st, exclusively on Paramount Plus.
Warden, I swear in these walls.
This is my castle now. Do we understand each other?
Mayor of Kingstown, new season streaming October 26th on Paramount Plus.
When he first came out of prison, I thought, maybe I'll get my dad back, even after everything that happened. So much for second chances, eh?
Tonight's the night. And it's going to happen again. Has to happen.
Surprise, mother...
Dexter. What do you think? Tonight's the night.
Stream every Dexter episode ever, exclusively on Paramount Plus.
Give me 5. Now, down low.
Why would you do that?
Because you are too slow.
This is Chicago. Streets always gonna have a villain.
To protect the city, we have to do something. Women, it's time to get to work.
The Shot. All episodes now streaming on the Paramount Plus Premium plan.
They're underway in this massive clash of City On. Superb finish.
Unbelievable strike.
And then surely they score that touchdown.
Watch Serie A all season long, streaming on Paramount Plus.
You can't count on Derek's taunt skills.
Oh, Tony, I think it hit the ground.
But you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
Welcome back into college football pregame. We are presented by Subway. I'm calling this a figure some things out Saturday. Teams, we're not sure if they're for real yet because of early season competition or lack thereof, but we got some big games in college football, including right here in Lincoln, Nebraska. But first, let's go out to a big one, I'm calling it, in the Big 12. We've got Texas Tech at Utah. The Red Raiders, well, they really spent the offseason spending, but Utah's new OC QB pairing has been cashing in on some early success. So, Danny, what has your attention in this one?
Oh, this one we could see a little repeat of this game, potentially in Arlington for the Big 12 championship. These are the top two teams in that conference right now. You mentioned Devin Dampierre. He's been on fire. He's been clean on the interceptions. And then on the other side, Baron Morton has been just filling up the stat sheet, big play after big play. But now he's got to go on the road to Rice-Eccles Stadium. It's one of the toughest matchups, toughest places to play in college football, and it's kicking off at 10 a.m. local. That's an early kick for these
morning
guys.
To them. The Jackson-Arnold revenge game, Auburn at Oklahoma, one where both the X's look to be thriving with their new partners. But who won the breakup? We'll find out today, Damian.
Emily, you stole the words right out of my mouth. Jackson-Arnold revenge game today in his first trip back to Norman since he transferred. And listen, it's going to be no easy task. We know this Oklahoma defense is a top 4 defense in totality, and he's going to be dueling it out with Heisman hopeful John Mateer. It's going to be a great matchup. Can't wait to see it.
And for the first time ever, Illinois and Indiana will meet as ranked opponents. A playoff elimination game, perhaps? Danny, what do you think of this one?
It sure does feel like it. Indiana's 3-0, but they haven't played anybody yet. Kirk Cignetti last year, his team almost got left out of the playoffs because their strength of schedule was so weak. Huge opportunity for them to win at home. And then Brett Bielema with Luke Altmaier at quarterback. They already have a big road win at Duke, but it doesn't look quite as impressive as Duke lost to Tulane. This could be a battle of heavyweights that absolutely would have this, the winner sitting in the driver's seat of that 4th spot from the Big Ten potentially.
Spartans and Trojans. I feel like I've heard that somewhere before. As for the football, Amon, what do you expect to see from Michigan State and USC?
I would say right now, Jaylen Miave's got 6 touchdowns, no interceptions, so continue clean football. He could get an easy win against this Michigan State team, and also get the run game going with Wayman Jordan right there. You know, got close a little bit over 300 yards, almost 300 yards rushing. You got big man running down the field too. They could get that happening. They could get a big win today.
I love it. Miami on a quest to win the Florida State Championship. Next up in the Sunshine State, Florida.
No question. The battle at the Rock, when you look at Carson Beck, I don't think there's another quarterback in college football that's seen the football field better than Carson Beck, completing almost 80% of his passes. And when you look at Billy Napier, he needs a signature win in the worst way. Unfortunately, away from Gainesville in his career at Florida, he's 0-12 versus ranked opponents. Can he get in the good side of that record? Hopefully today. We have to wait and see.
Yeah, this would go a long way for Billy Napier, but I want to talk about this Florida job in particular because I need to point out that the last 3 Florida head coaches never made it to a 5th season before being fired. This is not a Billy Napier problem. Danny, what's going on with Florida in general?
First of all, they never should have fired Dan Mullen. That was a mistake that the Florida Gators ran them off. But they've set the bar so high, they want the Urban Meyer years to return. They want the Steve Spurrier years to return. This is a new reality of college football. The days of just rattling off SEC championship after SEC championship are done. But now you can't even sniff the college football playoffs with 12 teams. It's a little bit embarrassing, but they need to find a coach and stick with him. And Billy Napier, it's been so evident that they cannot get it done with him. If they lose tonight, I honestly wonder if he survives the weekend. Starting off 1-3 with the Long Island Sharks, your only win. If they keep it competitive, I think he's safe. If he win, clearly all of a sudden he's back in the mix and he can, really infuse some enthusiasm into this team. There is more pressure on Billy Napier today than any other coach in college football.
Pressure, no question. It's super hot for Billy Napier. Hibachi hot. Right, he has to go out and perform well. But if you look at Florida, right, they've played in 3 ball games. Their defense has only surrendered 2 touchdowns. 2 touchdowns in 3 games. They're 1-2. It's not the defense. The issue has been the offense. DJ Lagway was supposed to be the guy that changed the program, the course of the program. Billy Napier is a what? He's an offensive-minded coach. Billy Napier is doing what? He's calling plays. The offense has been the problem. So you know what you should do, Coach? Take a step back and allow someone else to be more involved in the offense. Remember he said a few weeks ago he will not surrender play-calling duties? Maybe he needs to do that. Because sometimes overseeing the entire organization and calling plays is a bit much for some people. And right now, the one issue, the Achilles heel, has been the quarterback in the offense. If, to your point, if he doesn't make significant changes in terms of being more efficient offensively, yes, that seat will be too hot to sit on. And it's already getting to that level. So let's see, can they rectify the issues and exercise the demons that we saw last week against LSU?
To put a bow on it, the way we see it, Florida is exactly where they were at this point last year. They were 1-2. Now, last year they finished the season much stronger, and they ended up with an 8-5 record. They don't have the luxury of an easy schedule at the end of the season. They've got tough SEC opponents. They've got Texas. They've got Kentucky. They've got teams that can play good football. So if I'm Billy Napier and I'm looking at this game, this is the game that saves my job, because if not, we're not going to have the luxury of making it up, getting wins on the back end. No, you've got to get it right now, or else, like you said, B-Mac, it's hibachi hot, and he's going to have to get off of it.
Yeah, and they go into a bye week next week, and then Texas. And, yeah, I want to remind you, too, of the past head coaches that came through Florida, because I do think that is an important point in all of this, is that is it a coach situation? Is it the offense, as B-Mac says it, or is there just something happening at Florida? So I'm curious from your perspective, Aman, how do you view the Gators nationally as far as what they're doing right now? Obviously, they've won some national championships in the recent history, but in 2025, how should this job and this program be viewed?
I say if you're sitting at Billy Napier, you got athletes. It's a Florida team. You know, just like the California team or Texas team, you got athletes in the state that are on your team. Sometimes you just got, kind of like B-Mac said, let those athletes play. They know the game. They know the scheme. They're juniors, seniors. They got NIL money. So they can now kind of be professional and be like, you know what? I got to go out here and play the football I know how to play. When you think too much, you slow yourself down. We all know this sitting at this table.
Yeah.
So when you're not thinking, you're just reacting to the opponent in front of you, then you can go out there and play good football.
Yeah, you mentioned the good talent that can come out of Florida. Our Florida State alums are seething right now, saying, well, now they're going to the other two top 10 teams that are in the state of Florida, and Florida State and Miami. But sorry, guys, we're going to talk about Miami in this, because that's who they're playing in this matchup. What do we think about this Hurricanes team? Because I don't know about you guys. I'm hearing this is the best team in the country.
Well, we're starting. The question has been, is the U back?
Every year they say that.
They say that every year.
How do we answer
Ruben
it
said
this
that
year?
last year.
How are you answering it this year?
You can't say that the U is back, because when you talk about the U, not the University of Miami, when you talk about the U, what do you think of? Championships. ACC championships. National championships. You think of a team that dominates an opponent to a point where they cannot and will not get up off the grass. Now, Miami looks like one of the best teams in the country right now, without a shadow of a doubt. Carson Beck, like you said, Danny, he's seeing the football field and delivering the football better than any quarterback in college football right now. But we have not seen Miami win an ACC championship. We have not seen Miami get to the college football playoff. Even last year, when they had the best quarterback in college football, the number one pick, and Cam Ward, my man Bryant McFadden loves to say, they have nothing to show for it. So until Miami has something to show for the fact that Carson Beck is playing so well, until they have something to show for the fact that they look like one of the best teams in college football, I cannot say that the U is back. I can say that they are climbing to get back.
After 3 games, they have the best resume, and they're playing better than anybody in college football right now. The question is, they were in this conversation last year, and they lost 2 out of their last 3 games. They completely fell apart, and the defense did. That, to me, is the differentiator between this year's Miami team and last. Carson Beck may look different. He's still putting up numbers. The offense is explosive. But the defense, which was a sieve last year, looks completely different. They're attacking. They're getting after the quarterbacks. Ruben Bain and Akeem Mesidor, 2 of the best edge rushers. And Corey Heatherton, the defensive coordinator who came in from Minnesota last year, has this team playing aggressive downhill, and they're coming after in an attack mode. That, to me, is what to watch for today. Can they get after and completely shut down this Florida Gator offense? Because I do think this Miami offense can deliver. The question is, can the defense continue to play at this elite level?
And also, too, when you look at the head coach, Mario Cristobal, it's something about him in terms of his coaching style where they just lose ball games they have no business losing. Right? They were up 21 points last year against Syracuse on the road. You're not supposed to lose that ball game. Run the football, get a victory. You're in the ACC championship game, potentially to win an ACC. So that's the one concern, because when you look at Miami over the last few years, especially going back to a year ago, you don't question the talent. You don't question the athleticism. They got a bunch of dogs down there, year in and year out. But sometimes you just see the unthinkable happens with their team. Remember 2 years ago, the inability to kneel a football cost them a game against Georgia Tech. Like, what are you doing? And these things have surfaced too many times under Mario Cristobal. So sometimes as a coach, you got to get out of your own way. You know, and that happens in the game of football, as we all know. So let's see, can he learn from his past discretions in years past and coach the football the way it needs to be coached.
So you're saying Florida and DJ Lagway, they got a chance?
No question they have a chance.
They have a chance.
Especially seeing what happened last week. They got beat up last week. You know what I mean? So hopefully they come back with a mindset to be consistent.
Just one thing for Billy Napier is he's still calling the plays. Do not go in there and ask DJ Lagway to throw it 49 times like you did last week against LSU in a hostile environment. Limit his exposure. Get Jaden Ball going. A quarterback's best friend is a run game. They've got to stay committed to the run against.
And the worst part, I know our producers in my ear telling me to rap, but I do want to point this out because you bring up a good point. Why does DJ Lagway have 31 rushing yards this season? Why?
Yep.
Carson Beck, not to compare the two, 26 rushing yards. And we're sitting here talking about DJ Lagway is one of the best dual threat quarterbacks in the country. You have to get more out of his legs.
I do want to talk about Carson Beck, though, because depending on your sports book of choice, he is the Heisman Trophy favorite right now. Let's go to Mackenzie Brooks to find out how close that race is at the top.
It is pretty close. Now, Carson Beck, I do give it to him. He does have the best chance in the Sportsline model right now to win the Heisman, around 13%. That, in our book, implies around a plus 660, so he's pretty fairly priced right now. What I will say is I don't really recommend betting on the Heisman favorite in week 4 because he has so much more to lose today than actually gain when you're at the front of the race. Right now, a guy like John Mateer, he has a lot more to gain than to lose because he also has that storyline of hosting Jackson Arnold today, and he is on pace for those stats as well. So you have Carson Beck, you have John Mateer, who are both in those top 3 stat quarterback spots right now. Now, with a guy like Arch Manning, we got to talk about him as we always do. He's not even on our board anymore. When we're going and we're coding all of these guys, if your odds are greater than 25-1, right now we are ignoring you. This is a guy that was plus 700, goes to 18-1, goes to 13-1, and now he's essentially off the board in our eyes. He's not on pace to his 35-plus passing touchdowns or even 40 passing plus rushing touchdowns. Nothing about this is on pace for us. He would literally have to put up 1 to 2 passing touchdowns, maybe 3, against all of his SEC opponents and win out for him to become back in this race. So I would not be putting any money on Arch Manning right now, Emily.
Yeah, looking at that graphic, things are moving up, but unfortunately, since those are odds, that is not a good thing. Speaking of Arch, forget Heisman. Texas fans were thinking national championship, but does this crew even think they're going to make it to the big dance? We discuss next.
Here we go. The 2025 CBS Sports NFL schedule is here. 18 glorious Sundays.
He's got his receiver touchdown.
Filled with rematches.
Oh, the play of the year.
And rivalries.
Touchdown, Bengals.
Plus, plenty of superstar showdowns. And an epic matchup between the Chiefs and Cowboys on Thanksgiving. Clear your Sundays beginning September 7th for the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
You can't count on accurate expiration dates.
That is a rookie mistake.
Or the kindness of strangers. But you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS, streaming on Paramount Plus.
This could be the greatest opportunity in my life, and it comes with danger.
Well, I bet ain't nobody seen that coming.
Tulsa King, new season streaming September 21st, exclusively on Paramount Plus.
Warden, I have sway in these walls.
This is my castle now. Do we understand each other?
Mayor of Kingstown, new season streaming October 26th on Paramount Plus.
When he first came out of prison, I thought, maybe I'll get my dad back, even after everything that happened. So much for second chances, eh?
Tonight's the night. And it's going to happen again. Has to happen.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Dexter. What do you think? Tonight's the night.
Stream every Dexter episode ever, exclusively on Paramount Plus.
Give me 5. Now, down low.
Why would you do that?
Because you are too slow.
This is Chicago. Streets always gonna have a villain.
To protect the city, we have to do something. Women, it's time to get to work.
The Shot. All episodes now streaming of the Paramount Plus Premium plan.
They're underway, and there's a massive clash at City Eye. Superb finish.
Unbelievable strike.
And then surely they score that touchdown.
Watch Serie A all season long, streaming on Paramount Plus.
You can't count on Derek's tongue skills.
Oh, Tony, I think it hit the ground.
But you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
Welcome back into college football pregame presented by Subway. This is the current college football playoff field as Sportsline sees it. There's some people at the desk that do not agree with what we're seeing here, but this is the projection. These are the numbers, so we have to agree. No, we don't. That's what makes this fun. Outside looking in for the college football playoff teams, there's some teams that are fighting to get in because there's a lot of football left to be played here. We are only in week 4. I'm going to make it very simple here. Does this team make the college football playoff? Texas.
Nope. Sure don't. And here's what I'm going to tell you guys. We have spent so much time dissecting Arch Manning and what's wrong with him that we're not even looking at the other problems that this Texas offense has. Now, I won't go to the defensive side of the ball because their defense is playing lights out. Now, offensively, what about the fact that they still can't protect? Now, we thought that there wouldn't be as much of an issue for Arch because he was more mobile than Quinn. We've seen that proven to be untrue. They cannot run the football to save their lives. Arch Manning right now is the leading rusher. And again, with how poorly he's played, I have to look at the running backs and say, what's going on? Why have you not showed up? And then the most important stat for an offense. No explosive plays for this Texas offense. They have one explosive run, and when we talk about explosive plays, B-Mac, we talk about plays of 20 that gain 20 yards or more. Yep. One explosive run all season long. That was by Arch Manning, not a running back, and only 4 explosive passes all season long. As an offensive player, we used to go into a game saying we need at least 6 explosive plays today. Not in the first 3 games. So, again, we spent a lot of time talking about Arch Manning and him not playing up to the standard. But, again, we need to identify the fact that this Texas offense has much, much bigger problems outside of Arch Manning not being as good as advertised.
B-Mac, how about 0-2 Notre Dame? Do they make the college football playoff?
Nope, not happening. Won't happen this year. I don't see it happening. And here's why. When you look at Notre Dame's schedule, right now, as we see in totality, the only team that's ranked on their schedule the rest of the way is USC currently. So what happens if USC has a slip up? They will fall outside the top 25. So you're telling me Notre Dame, the 2 teams that you have currently played that have been ranked, you've lost to? That's not a good sign. And I understand. They're like the golden children of college football playoffs. They want to see that golden helmet in the playoffs. But unfortunately this year, I don't see it happening because outside of USC, the only competitive game as we see it today is Arkansas. You have to go to Fayetteville. And hopefully that game isn't at night because if you go to Fayetteville at night, you might come out with a black eye. So I don't see it happening this year. I don't think they would be as fortunate as they were a year ago to get into the playoffs. I say no.
Yeah, Sportsline gives them a 16% chance to make it, but no team has ever started 0-2 and made the college football playoff. One team has lost their opener and still made the college football playoff. That was Clemson last year. Can Alabama do it, Amon?
Come on now, you know the right answer.
Right now, I say
Present
no.
company?
Yeah, no, present company. I know, but I would say
Look
no.
them in the eye and say
I would say no.
Come on. Now tell me why. Now look me in the eyes and tell me why.
Well, right now, they still are, reeling from last year in terms of gameplay. Some of the coaching has to adjust to being in a new program, taking over from Saban, trying to have that mystique, trying to be on that level of prestige. And I think that sometimes is in the back of their heads, thinking that. But they just got to show up and play, though. That's the only thing they got to let themselves do. They got to let themselves out of the Saban shadow. And it's like, look, we got to come out here and play football. We have the athletes to do it. We just can't overthink it and come out here and play Bama football pretty much.
It's an honest man right here, ladies and gentlemen. This is an honest man.
Straight to his face the whole time.
He looked me right dead in my eyes and told me how it was. I respect it.
Love it. Elsewhere in the SEC, this kind of surprised me. The 5th best odds in the country per Sportsline to make the college football playoff is Ole Miss at 61%. Do they do it, Danny?
Yes, they do.
Our first yes.
Yes, thankfully, because I see all these numbers. You know what the numbers can't do? They can't watch film. And Ole Miss, the thing I like about them, I had them before the season making the playoffs as sort of one of those dark horse teams. I thought it was going to be Austin Simmons. They might have stumbled into Trinidad Chambliss as the quarterback that Lane Kiffin develops next. Austin Simmons had 4 interceptions, was struggling a little bit as a first-year starter. Trinidad Chambliss won a national title at Ferris State, and he goes out there and deals against Arkansas, and he's pretty mobile. I think Ole Miss is still a team that's going to make the playoffs.
All right, there you have it. Our one yes, Ole Miss, we believe, will make the college football playoff. Unfortunately, it is week 4, which means there are injuries all across the sport. We got an update for you on Lenora Sellers as he heads to Columbia, the other one, to play in a big SEC matchup tonight. If he will go, we'll tell you next.
Here we go. The 2025 CBS Sports NFL schedule is here. 18 glorious Sundays.
He's got his receiver touchdown.
Filled with rematches.
Oh, the play of the year.
And rivalries.
Touchdown, Bengals.
Plus, plenty of superstar showdowns. And an epic matchup between the Chiefs and Cowboys on Thanksgiving. Clear your Sundays beginning September 7th for the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
You can't count on accurate expiration dates.
That is a rookie mistake.
Or the kindness of strangers. But you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS, streaming on Paramount Plus.
This could be the greatest opportunity in my life, and it comes with danger.
Well, I bet ain't nobody seen that coming.
Tulsa King, new season streaming September 21st, exclusively on Paramount Plus.
Warden, I swear in these walls.
This is my castle now. Do we understand each other?
Mayor of Kingstown, new season streaming October 26th on Paramount Plus.
When he first came out of prison, I thought, maybe I'll get my dad back, even after everything that happened. So much for second chances, eh?
Tonight's the night. And it's going to happen again. Has to happen.
Surprise,
Dexter. What do you think? Tonight's the night.
Stream every Dexter episode ever, exclusively on Paramount Plus.
Give me 5. Now, down low.
Why would you do that?
Because you are too slow.
This is Chicago. Streets always gonna have a villain.
To protect the city, we have to do something. Women, it's time to get to work.
The Shot. All episodes now streaming of the Paramount Plus Premium plan.
They're underway, and there's some massive clash at City On. Superb finish.
Unbelievable strike.
And that's surely that's good. That's on it.
Watch Serie A all season long, streaming on Paramount Plus.
You can't count on Derek's taunt skills.
Oh, Tony, I think it hit the ground.
But you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
Welcome back. We are live in Lincoln, Nebraska. The fans are out in full force. It's not even 9 a.m. local time, but they are ready to root on their Huskers. Got some injury reports to update you on. We start in the SEC, where South Carolina will have quarterback Lenora Sellers back in the lineup for their game at number 23 Missouri. Sellers is off the injury report after leaving last week's loss to Vanderbilt with a head injury. They will kick off at 7 Eastern at Mizzou. Elsewhere, Trinidad Chambliss is expected to start today for Ole Miss when they take on Tulane. Chambliss also started last week in a win over Arkansas, with Austin Simmons dealing with an ankle injury. They're going to kick off at 3:30 Eastern today in Oxford. And a big showdown in the Big Ten today with number 9 Illinois visiting number 19 Indiana. The Illini will likely be without all Big Ten cornerback Xavier Scott because of a lower body injury he suffered in last week's blowout win over Western Michigan. A few more injuries to update you on, quite a few Sooners on that list. Thankfully, all looking probable. Doubtful, though, Contravian Wisner for Texas as they take on Sam Houston State. Sharon Moore is serving a suspension, so we talked to the guy taking over his head coaching duties in the interim. Biff Poggi joining us live after the break. Stick with us here on CBS Sports HQ.
Here we go. The 2025 CBS Sports NFL schedule is here. 18 glorious Sundays.
He's got his receiver touchdown.
Filled with rematches.
Oh, the play of the year.
And rivalries.
Touchdown, Bengals.
Plus, plenty of superstar showdowns. And an epic matchup between the Chiefs and Cowboys on Thanksgiving. Clear your Sundays beginning September 7th for the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
You can't count on accurate expiration dates.
No. That is a rookie mistake.
Or the kindness of strangers. But you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS, streaming on Paramount Plus.
This could be the greatest opportunity in my life, and it comes with danger.
Well, I bet ain't nobody seen that coming.
Tulsa King, new season streaming September 21st, exclusively on Paramount Plus.
Warden, I sway in these walls.
This is my castle now. Do we understand each other?
Mayor of Kingstown, new season streaming October 26th on Paramount Plus.
When he first came out of prison, I thought, maybe I'll get my dad back, even after everything that happened. So much for second chances, eh?
Tonight's the night. And it's going to happen again. Has to happen.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Dexter. What do you think? Tonight's the night.
Stream every Dexter episode ever, exclusively on Paramount Plus.
Give me 5. Now, down low.
Why would you do that?
Because you are too slow.
This is Chicago. Streets always gonna have a villain.
To protect the city, we have to do something. Women, it's time to get to work.
The Shot. All episodes now streaming on the Paramount Plus Premium plan.
They're underway, and there's some massive clash at City. Superb finish. Oh, that's it! Picks up
Unbelievable strike.
and then surely they score that touchdown.
Watch Serie A all season long, streaming on Paramount Plus.
You can't count on Derek's taunt skills.
Oh, Tony, I think it hit the ground.
But you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
Back here on College Football Pregame, we are presented by Subway, and Michigan making quick work of Central Michigan last Saturday. 63-3, the final breakout game for quarterback Bryce Underwood, and a win for interim head coach Biff Poggi. But hey, it only gets more complicated from here. Of course, a Big Ten slate is never easy, but the big one that we have circled is happening this afternoon in Lincoln, Nebraska against the Cornhuskers at 3:30 on CBS. These teams, well, they're pretty familiar with each other. It's been a while since they've met, not since 2024, but look at all the wins for Michigan. I know the Nebraska fans behind me don't like to see this graphic. Hope they like to see this man, though. We are so excited to welcome in the interim head coach of Michigan, Biff Poggi. Coach, I have a very important question for you. Have you, in fact, done that DNA test on your quarterback, and is he Batman?
He is.
He is. Where can a guy like that take this program, though?
I think is such a individual, and he has such a special relationship with the head coach, Sharon Moore. I mean, they love each other. I think with Sharon's mentoring, Bryce's unbelievable physical ability, but Bryce also, he's a very intelligent, very smart young man, and I don't know that there is a cap on what he can be.
He has been unbelievable, and I think sometimes we forget he's still a baby. He just got there to campus in January. He's got 3 games under his belt. Where have you seen him progress the most through 3 games?
I think the thing that's happened that has stood out to me is we're seeing a full menu of abilities from him. I mean, he can spin it, and he's smart. But what he did with his legs against Central Michigan made us, in my opinion, a totally different football team to defend. And I think, and I mean, I know this sounds absurd, but I think we're just seeing the beginning of this kid.
Hey, Coach, when you look at today's environment, it would be similar to what you guys faced weeks ago against Oklahoma. What lesson did you learn in that ball game on the road in that hostile environment that you can utilize today against the Nebraska Cornhuskers?
Well, it's keeping the main thing the main thing. And the main thing is there's a rectangle. They're all the same size. There's 11 guys for us and 11 guys for them, and that's it. It's not about the crowd. It's not about anything else. The stadium, it's about that. And they have an excellent football team in Nebraska, and so do we. And we're just going to play every single play and enjoy it, because when do you get opportunities like this? So we're going to have fun today. We're going to play hard. We're going to open it up. We're going to have fun.
I love it. Coach, thank you so much for joining us here, and best of luck today.
Thank you all very much.
All right, there you have it, the interim head coach for Michigan, Biff Poggi. I hate to make this pivot, but we do have to have this Mike Gundy conversation given what happened last night, the loss at home to Tulsa. We had kind of a light version of this talk after they lost to Oregon, but Friday was Oklahoma State's first home loss to Tulsa since 1951. BMAC, where do you want to start this conversation with Gundy's future?
First and foremost, Emily, they didn't lose to Oregon. They got beat up.
Yeah.
They got beat up bad. They got dominated, right? And going into that Oregon game, we all talked about it. The statements that was coming from Coach Gundy, just basically talking about the NIL benefits and the resources they have more so than what they do not have at Oklahoma State. It was almost like he was making excuses before they got punched in the mouth. Like, that's not good coach talk. As a player, I don't want to hear my coach telling the media that, hey, they got this, they got that, so that's why they probably will beat us. No. And then when you look at what happened last night, to your point, they haven't lost to Tulsa since 19 what?
51.
51. I don't even know what the best TV show was in 51 because I wasn't born. That's a long, long time ago. It feels like me, guys, personally, it feels like he's tired. It feels like the motivation is not there like it used to be. The energy is not there like it used to be for him. And it's almost like it's kind of running its course there for him as a head coach. I'm not calling for him to be fired, but it's unfamiliar territory for him and for the program, and something has to happen, and changes have to happen, and or adjustments, because college football is not changing no time soon.
I mean, I can't put it no better than this. I mean, the only thing I'll disagree with is he's got to go. Because once you get to a point of not being motivated enough, you get to the point where you start making excuses, you lose the locker room, you lose the belief of the guys. And if a coach is unmotivated, well, how can you motivate players to play? Especially when they're getting paid all this money that we never saw. That seems to be the general motivating factor now. So if you don't have a coach that can bring the locker room together, if you don't have a coach that can get all 11 guys on the field at the same time, on the same accord, what is your purpose of being there?
So sometimes I think it's very just obvious, where it's a pretty easy decision for a school to make. I think this is one of those times. But what makes it so complicated is what Mike Gundy has done for this program. Mm-hmm. He did play there. He had an incredible career as a player. He did have them on a cusp of potentially a national championship when they were right on the verge with a BCS and got left out as the third-ranked team in the country. He's elevated this program to a place where during his tenure, for the most part, they've been a consistent winner. We're going on multiple seasons in a row, and I feel like a lot of older coaches who have had longer tenures, he's struggled to adapt to today's game, to today's player, today's mindset, where you've got the portal, you've got NIL, and I think it's a combination of him struggling to adapt to it and the school getting a little bit late to the game as far as investing the resources, getting the collectives going, and they have been behind the eight ball. What he said about the disparity between him and Oregon, he's not lying. It is true, but we've seen other coaches do more with less. Yes, and that's where I think that's been the disappointing fact. They got a late start, but the coaching has been a letdown, and I just wonder if the way that these last two losses have transpired, if it just becomes obvious, and we've already had two head coaches fired already, you don't want to get left behind. If there's already interviews happening, which there are, you want to make sure that you're in the conversation with some of the top candidates. So I think, unfortunately, I'll be surprised if we see Mike Gundy as the head coach after the weekend at Oklahoma State.
So I would say, hold on real quick with it. Hopefully, him having his tenure, the school will be like, you know what, he has time and equity into the program here, because he's a guy that can get players with going on the football field. We've seen that in his talks post-game, pre-game, and during the week. But I remember in the year, my sophomore year, 96, two different teams, two different eras, but same situation. We lost to an Arizona State team that everybody picked us to win. We came down there. I remember being a sophomore. Now I'm the leader in that backfield. So also this lays on the players as well, understanding their role in this. They got to go down there or go to either on the road or at home playing games in their environment or in a friendly environment, either at home or on the road, and still be productive, and then kind of help their coach out. Because like we mentioned already, B-Mac, you said it. We got a transition. I say a big transitional change of NIL. We got portal. Players are in and out of teams, changing all the time, just like now NFL teams are going on. So with that right there, players got to know they're part of this role too, along with the coaches, and all work together to make sure they get their gameplay back up to snuff.
You mentioned just how important a coach's role is in getting the team ready to play. Going back to Biff Poggi, this is a tough task that he has stepping in as the interim. I mentioned that it's different than last week where Sharon Moore was able to help them prep throughout the week. That's not the case this week. What sort of challenge is it stepping in as an interim head coach and getting your guys ready for a tough road trip?
It's like, if you're a defensive guy and now you got to look at the offensive side of the ball. Or if you're vice versa, you're an offensive guy, now you got to meet with the defensive coordinator and go over plays and be like, what's the scheme for this week? Because they have a running quarterback that can throw the ball. So it's always adjustments going on. And now as an interim, you pretty much got to hurry up and kind of get a fast shot of everything information-wise in terms of who are the players that we call on that we could depend on in certain situations offensively and defensively, and then know how to then motivate the team. Now you're taking all of what the coaches does if you're just an OC or a DC at the time.
And I want to bring up a conversation that Ahmad and I had during our last break, and we talked about with Sharon Moore, talking about the head coaching situation at Michigan. Sharon Moore looks like he coaches with his Finch's clips all the time. He's pacing up the sideline. His jaw looks tight, and he looks overcome by the moment at times. Yes. Now, with Poggi, somebody who has more experience, somebody who we can tell from our interview just now, he's way more laid back. He's way more reserved. He's been very complimentary of Bryce, helping build that confidence. When you lead into a game and you have a whole week of practice with an interim head coach, it's almost like when you go to class and you've got a substitute teacher. Yeah. You kind of relax a little bit. Now, there is two sides to every coin. Now, that can be good and that can be bad. But what we saw last week, I know it was Central Michigan, we saw the good. They relaxed. Bryce Underwood played with more control, with more poise. And offensively, they just look better as a whole. So maybe they take that route. Listen, this isn't our main teacher. This is our substitute. We respect them. We like them. They're cool. Let's just go out, have fun, and play our game. Yeah.
Speaking of having fun, we are live from Lincoln, Nebraska, and this is a very important game for two very important alum. It's the Bussin' Bowl, as we're calling it here. Taylor, and Will Compton are here, and Josh Pate, our old friend, also joining the set, and against our best judgment. We're giving these guys microphones, so stay with us here on College Football Pregame.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's up, Will? How you doing, man?
Here we go. The 2025 CBS Sports NFL schedule is here. 18 glorious Sundays.
He's got his receiver touchdown.
Filled with rematches.
Oh, the play of the year.
And rivalries.
Touchdown, Bengals.
Plus, plenty of superstar showdowns. And an epic matchup between the Chiefs and Cowboys on Thanksgiving. Clear your Sundays beginning September 7th for the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
You can't count on accurate expiration dates.
No, that is a rookie mistake.
Or the kindness of strangers. But you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS, streaming on Paramount Plus.
This could be the greatest opportunity in my life, and it comes with danger.
Well, I bet ain't nobody seen that coming.
Tulsa King, new season streaming September 21st, exclusively on Paramount Plus.
Warden, I sway in these walls.
This is my castle now. Do we understand each other?
Mayor of Kingstown, new season streaming October 26th on Paramount Plus.
When he first came out of prison, I thought, maybe I'll get my dad back, even after everything that happened. So much for second chances, eh?
Tonight's the night. And it's going to happen again. Has to happen.
Surprise,
Dexter.
Dexter.
What do you think? Tonight's the night.
Episode ever. Exclusively on Paramount Plus.
Give me 5. Now, down low.
Why would you do that?
Because you are too slow.
This is Chicago. Streets always gonna have a villain.
To protect the city, we have to do something. Women, it's time to get to work.
The Shot. All episodes now streaming of the Paramount Plus Premium plan.
They're underway, and there's some massive clash at City High. Superb finish.
Unbelievable strike.
And then surely they score that touchdown.
Watch Serie A all season long, streaming on Paramount Plus.
You can't count on Derek's taunt skills.
Oh, Tony, I think it hit the ground.
But you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
In the Champions League, every picture tells a story, and every great story
Would you believe this?
needs an audience.
It's a really special moment.
The UEFA Champions League returns September 16th, streaming live on Paramount Plus.
When you said you wanted a little getaway, this is not what I imagined.
We like to make up our own rules.
NCIS Tony and Ziva, streaming September 4th on Paramount Plus.
This distillery is a very interesting business. What are you saying? If you think you're going to take me out, it's going to be difficult.
Tulsa King, new season streaming September 21st, exclusively on Paramount Plus.
Who are you? I'm Dexter.
Everyone's raving about the killer new hit, Dexter Resurrection.
There's more where that came from. Glad to be back.
Dexter Resurrection, new series now streaming on the Paramount Plus Premium plan.
Oh, yeah, the energy just bumped up a little bit. It got a little more electric. There's been a buzz that's been brewing as the fellas from Bussin' with the Boys have showed up. Hour number 2 is brought to you by FanDuel. Play your game. They really need no introduction, but I'll give you a little one. First up, we've got a 2-time All-American, 3-time Pro Bowler.
Thank you.
Michigan legend, Taylor Lewan.
Oh, yes, that is Taylor. Yes, sir.
There we go. Next up, we have a 3-time academic.
Yes, sir. Academic. Academic, student athlete. Student athlete.
And most importantly, owner, general manager, and player coach of the all-white team.
Yes, sir.
Yes, versus all-black bowl.
Hey, you can still make some noise.
Yes, we can.
Everyone's like, oh, wait a minute. What is the
finally, a newest member of the Bussin' with the Boys crew. It is college football's biggest star in the game in broadcasting right now, future assistant commissioner of college football.
Hurry up.
Working for me as the commissioner, it is Josh Pate. How we doing, fellas?
We are great. Yeah. We are great. A little early right now. This place will be crazy. Give us a couple hours? Couple hours, this place will be covered. Everybody's sleeping. They're getting their rest because there's a storm brewing this afternoon in Lincoln, Nebraska.
There's a lot of insecurity talking right now. People about Barry's last night was a little bit dead. A little bit worried that the Mason Blue came into town. Everyone's like, we'll just stay indoors.
They're getting their sleep. They're getting their sleep.
Movie when that tumbleweed goes by, everyone's like, oh damn, they're here.
But you so BMAC, Danny, a couple of weeks ago, you're in Tallahassee.
Yeah.
You do the pregame.
Yep.
You're on the sideline. Big time upset happens. Field gets stormed. And I just wake up this morning, because I wake up thinking about you guys a lot, and I think to myself, what if that happens here today? Can you imagine the scene? Like kicking over an ant bed and a bunch of red ants just scurry all over the place.
Juice this up, Pete.
If that happens, I will be $1,000 richer because I was on the airplane on the way here. I was sitting behind a diehard Nebraska fan, and I asked him. I said, "If you guys win, do you think you'll rush the field?" And you know what he's like? "No, we're
not
Nebraska."
Us.
And I said, "I bet they do."
No question.
And so I'm going to be on the sideline telling people. I'm going to be inviting them. I'm going to be opening up the gates, so to speak, to get them on the field, and I'll get my grand after the game.
I mean, when you think about Nebraska, of course, the tradition, prestige is there, but it's been a long, long time since they've been super relevant in college football, in the world of college football. So last double-digit win season was what, 2012 or something? It's been a long time.
2012, who was on the field? Just
yours truly.
Willie C.
Academic All-American.
No question.
Oh, that's awesome. So you guys, I saw a pretty large wager that was put on this game from you. What else is at stake besides just the 50 large that's on the game? What about between the two of you? I mean, there's some side action, right?
We had this conversation early in the week, Monday, on our Bust with the Boys weekend recap, and I came to the table with a few things. Will always starts at no and eventually gets the yes somewhere. So he goes, hey, there's been nothing back and forth. I said, whatever you want to do, we can do. So this is what we ended up on. The loser has to shave their head and their face. You get to keep your eyebrows.
Keep eyebrows.
Keep your eyebrows. The loser has to concede the 1997 national championship to the winner.
Yep.
Oh.
And we will be donating $50,000 to the NIL collective of the winning team.
Wow.
So those are the three things we're doing.
Wow.
That's
massive.
50,000 might get you like a backup kicker.
Yeah, no doubt. But a kicker nonetheless, we got to have.
The shaved head should happen on camera.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
I don't think there's anything Will and I do at this point in our lives that's not on camera.
Does the stash have to go?
It has to go. And it is.
Wow.
I am very wrapped in the identity of my mustache. Like I lost a bet last year where I had to shave it, and I came home. My children wouldn't give me hugs or kisses. They kept calling me a weird guy.
Yeah.
So there will be turmoil in the Lewan household if this happens.
No doubt. So, Pate, you've been all over America at different college campuses, different college towns. And you were telling me before, this is your first time to Lincoln, Nebraska. Impressions so far as you've been here?
So our crowd continues to build behind us. We were at the theater last night, which you told me is a small, like 1/100th preview of what it's going to be like tomorrow. But the topic of the Colorado game a couple of years ago came up last night. Most of us weren't here for it, but a lot of us watched it on TV. And Dion in Colorado came in here, and I equated it in my mind to, you remember when Sark took Texas into Arkansas in his first year, and you turn it on, Texas is favored, and all of a sudden you turn on the game, and you feel like, that place looks insane. No one could win in there today. The Chiefs couldn't go in there and win today. And I just remember the environment punching me in the face. So Nebraska's home game against Colorado a couple of years ago. I turned the TV on. Yeah, last year. Metric system.
Yeah.
I turn the game on. It feels the same way to me. And so I wonder, like, do we find ourselves early second quarter today You're saying to yourself, I was ready for an environment, but I don't know that I was ready for this environment. I don't know that Michigan was ready for this environment, because that's a seasoned organization. Yeah. You guys go on the road all the time. You've gone into Columbus, Ohio, and it's just no problem. It's business as usual. So what if they come in here today and Nebraska is a problem? That's what I keep thinking about.
I cannot wait to see this matchup unfold. We do have a unique situation. I'm curious to know, Taylor, what you think. Sharon Moore not on the sidelines. Yep. We saw last week, a big part of the storyline was people were like, man, maybe it's better because Chip Lindsey was able to kind of open up the offense. And it might just be that we're getting Bryce Underwood more experience. What impact do you think Biff Poggi makes in Sharon Moore's absence? Like, is it that much different for the players on game day?
Biff said it in a couple of his press conferences where he talks about, I'm basically the caddy to Tiger Woods. I'm just figuring out what club to use for him. And so when you go into Central Michigan game, I watched the Oklahoma game, and there was a piece of me that's like, this doesn't seem like a productive way to call your game. You're running the ball a lot in 3rd and 6. You're not trying to push the ball down the field. It was the first hostile environment that Bryce Underwood was. I think he was like 18 years old in like 4 days at that point. You go into Central Michigan at home, and you see the playbook, you see the potential of the University of Michigan. So I don't think this is necessarily like, oh, because Sharon's not there, they're going to be more successful. I think that's the guy. He's been unbelievable. He's a huge part of their success in winning a national championship. But allowing these guys to open it up, let him play, so when Sharon comes back, he knows, oh, we've got a squad, and we can see like what our full potential is from an offensive side of the ball. It's going to be awesome to see it today.
Hey, Will, how important is this game for Nebraska? Year 3 for Matt Rule.
It's everything.
Right? Year 3 for Matt Rule.
Yeah.
You look at the previous destinations he's been at. Year 3, I mean, double-digit wins. So, like, a heck of a year. And the expectations for him, most people feel like this could happen. But you have to get through this game for him.
Yeah, I think when we were talking earlier about, like, is Nebraska, would they storm the field? It wouldn't be more so that they're storming the field because you beat Michigan. It's this place would storm the field if it happened because of the drought or since what'd you say 2012 was the last double.
And we got to stat check that. I got to make sure. It's been a long time.
I think you're right. You are right.
The win season was 2012.
It was 2012. I got it. Okay.
Yes, with Bo Pelini and Willie C. But it would be because you would just all of the faith, all of the Kool-Aid, everything would be pouring into the soul of this town, of this state, because now Nebraska wins this game. You're talking about Nebraska in the college football playoff.
Yes.
Nebraska wins this game. Dylan Raiola statistically had the stats against the first 3 opponents, but you beat Michigan. Dylan Raiola is now in the conversation for the Heisman. You win this game, this place is going to be electric, and it just fills the soul of this city.
All right, Taylor, I'm going to start with you because we're going to have some fun here. Because legendary programs, Michigan and Nebraska, it is hard to whittle down the greatest players from each program. Who's on your Mount Rushmore of Michigan greats?
Okay, all right, we're not going to do any prep. We're just going to go right into this.
I'll let Josh Pay
think of all the guys you can let down if you don't say
if you want.
You got to go with, obviously, Charles Woodson's on there.
Yep.
A guy for me that is number 1 offensive lineman of all time in my book. It's Jake Long. He deserves to be on that. He's the best offensive lineman to ever play. Yeah. Love Steve Hutchinson as well. Ooh. And then Desmond Howard. I mean, this is going off the top. I sat in the back and we kind of hung out. I got myself an ice black coffee. And I didn't really think about what are the Mount Rushmore guys. But off the top of my head, those 4, to me, you can't mention Michigan without mentioning those 4 guys.
Couple offensive linemen. I like that.
Got to have them.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the heart and soul.
Absolutely. I love that. All right, now Nebraska. Who you got? Mount Rushmore.
Ahman Green.
Yeah.
So Ahman Green here.
You've got to have the most underrated quarterback in the history of college football.
Denard Robinson, absolutely. I agree with that.
Tommy Frazier, back-to-back natties.
Mount Rushmore of Nebraska greats. You got to go Tommy Frazier.
There's a defensive tackle.
Dude, I'm putting Sue on there all day.
Trophy.
Keep in mind, we're also live, so if you want to speed up the thought process.
I'm just trying to think. Do I get my backers in there? You got Levante David. You got Barrett Rude.
Mike Rozier.
Eric Crouch. Rex Burkhead.
I think a Mount Rushmore only has 4 , though, right?
Yeah. You got to pick 4. You got to pick 4.
Taylor Martinez, Kenny Bellum.
All the Martinezes. And Nebraska's always has like 5 Martinezes just always coming through the ranks.
Tom Osborne.
Yeah.
It's a big Mount Rushmore.
Do you guys think there's a lot of programs that are kind of struggling to get back to the eras that we've seen in previous history of college football? And even Bama's trying to figure out if they can become a dynasty again. Do you think we'll see programs that have a run like Alabama just came out of, like we saw Florida have with Urban Meyer, Florida State with Bobby Bowden, Nebraska with Tom Osborne? Is that possible with today's NIL and portal? Because I think parity is here to stay. Do you think teams can return to that sort of dominant era where you have a 10-year run of just running through your opponents?
I think that's a great Josh Pate question.
There's no way. I mean, there's almost no way. I was listening to Mario Cristobal talk yesterday, and he said he keeps getting asked about the old Miami. Hey, could you ever get this back to the way Miami was? He had a really good answer that I think a bunch of programs should copy and paste. Kalen DeBoer should copy and paste it. Kirby's still at Georgia, and even Kirby should copy and paste this about himself now and moving forward. Mario said, we're not really trying to sell getting back to the old Miami because, with all due respect, I mean, these are basically paraphrasing his words. That's not happening anymore. That was a special era. You're basically pre-internet for college kids. You're pre-social media, but you're pre a lot of mechanisms that exist in college football today. What he said and what I agree in is you've got to basically pave the way for whatever the new Miami is going to be. Ditto for Florida State. Ditto for any other program. Alabama. I mean, you can still hear the echoes of the Nick Saban era, but even Saban realized towards the tail end of his era, that's done. Even if I stay here, that's done. So I don't know what dominance even looks like. I think dominance is being high enough up on the ladder to where if you reach your arm out, you're within reach of the belt every year. Doing that consistently, to me, shows more skill than, the crapshoot that is the playoff if you get there.
Yeah.
I think this new era of college football, the most recent dominance that we saw from Kirby Smart, is what the reality is because of the transfer portal. And heck, even coaches are jumping ship. You know what I mean? So when you talk about those legacies, those coaches were there forever. They weren't going anywhere. Nick Saban was there forever. Bobby Bowden was there. Lloyd Carr, Philip Fulmer, Tom Osborne. They were there for quite some time to be able to build a foundation that they can build onto their legacy. Nowadays, I can play at Michigan this year and go to Nebraska next year. It doesn't make any sense, and coaches are doing the same thing.
Yeah, what you need to do is figure out these NIL rules, these transfer portal rules, start locking up. I think we need to play the national championship a little bit earlier in the season. And once that national championship is over, the portal opens up, and everyone's allowed to pick the next school they go to. And they have like a one-time when you're allowed to leave and do your thing. But the college football landscape is going to look a lot different because there's so much more money in it. The thing that excites me about this is you're going to see these schools that are kind of an afterthought, Texas Tech being one of them, where there's like they always had money, but they couldn't legally get it to their guys. Now they have the ability to have their people invest into it and bring in new players that they had this past year and kind of like recharge a school to where you see these schools have dominant quarterbacks, and then they leave. But you have a new quarterback that came in, but now you got to wait 1 or 2 years. Now you get these programs that have the liquidity to do so. They grab their quarterbacks when they know this. Hey, this one's leaving. This one's going to the NFL. You bring a new one in, so it's more of a reload process for these big-time programs. As far as one standing out, I think I like the fact that's going to be you never know every year because everyone's a little bit better.
I think so, too. I think it's exploded the popularity of the game. Ratings are up across the board. I think it's because it's brought a lot of teams back to the table. Last year we saw Arizona State, SMU, Penn State, like new teams get to the playoffs that never thought they had a chance of doing it. You guys have absolutely been crushing the game with Bussin' with the Boys. You guys have absolutely exploded. I'm a little bit surprised, though, that you let an op as a part of your crew because my man Josh Pate has just been like laying in the weeds. He acts like he's a national.
He's bulletproof,
but I don't know if he is. I don't know if he is.
It's the future commissioner of college football.
He might be the future commissioner of the SEC as well because deep down inside,
job's open.
He's an SEC homer in there. Let's get to it though. Big Ten or SEC? Best conference in college football right now.
It's not, well, it's not close. It's not close. Before NIL, the SEC, a lot of great 5-stars in there. A lot of guys driving their nice cars all of a sudden had chains in the SEC.
A lot of Dodgers
Big Ten, they focused on hard-nosed football. And all of a sudden the NIL opens up, and Big Ten can start paying their players, and it really equals everything out. 2 national championships in a row. You guys are welcome a couple of years ago. Ohio State backed us up the year after that. I don't think it ever goes back to the SEC for a very long time. It's over.
It's over. How are you defining it? Is it national championships? Is it depth? Because that's the propaganda he'll be spreading.
Yeah, exactly.
Is the depth from top to bottom. But I do, like right now, if I'm going to be as unbiased as possible and not a homer, I would say the SEC from top to bottom is a better conference overall, but the top dog is where the national championship is in the last couple of years. The last few years has been the Big Ten.
Pate?
I hope so badly Texas Tech makes a run this year so that people who say that are forced to say, Big 12, man. Big 12 running college football right now. Here's what I'll say. Also, like you said, as a completely unbiased observer of this great sport of ours, no rebuttal, I look at the SEC for shelves, okay? I don't think there is a single product on shelf 1 right now. I don't think there's a single product on shelf 4. Everyone's on shelf 2 or shelf 3. I think there is some shelf 1 inventory in the Big Ten. So if we're using the standard of best teams in the country right now, Big Ten's my answer. If we're going depth of competition, I think the 9th and 10th teams in the SEC are much tougher to play against for the 1s and 2s than the Big Ten. So pick your poison, pick your preference. I'm going to go with SEC right now because I got to go home later.
BMAC, any case for the ACC down there? Any case for
this
the
is
ACC?
a good conversation. I mean, it's barbershop talk, right? But I think for me, playing in the ACC, currently I would say it's the Big Ten. I think if you talked about the top teams in the Big Ten, I would take them over the top teams as we see in this early college football season in the SEC.
Agreed.
And another team that no one is really talking about in the Big Ten is Oregon. I think Oregon could be one of the best teams in the country when you look at their style of play and their head coach in Dan Lanning. You know what I mean? So right now, I would say the Big Ten.
You know what's interesting, though? Watch out for the depth of the Big Ten. If Nebraska wins today, all of a sudden we're talking about more teams that are coming back to the table in the Big Ten. USC is another one. Looks like they might be returning to form. Washington is looking better. So the depth is coming as the NIL and the portal starts to bring some of that talent throughout the Big Ten. I think that gap has been closed. I think the Big Ten
and another
top of the
game with
world.
depth concerns Indiana, Illinois. As well. So,
no doubt.
I mean, the depth is really there in the Big Ten, quietly under the radar.
All right, who wants to make some money? Anybody want to make some money?
Want to make some money?
Because we got the fellas are going to give out some best bets. You want to pay attention to these. Back with more here from Lincoln, Nebraska, live on CBS Sports.
Here we go. The 2025 CBS Sports NFL schedule is here. 18 glorious Sundays.
He's got his receiver touchdown.
Filled with rematches.
Oh, the play of the year.
And rivalries.
Touchdown, Bengals.
Plus, plenty of superstar showdowns. And an epic matchup between the Chiefs and Cowboys on Thanksgiving. Clear your Sundays beginning September 7th for the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
You can't count on accurate expiration dates.
No, that is a rookie mistake.
Or the kindness of strangers. But you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS, streaming on Paramount Plus.
This could be the greatest opportunity in my life, and it comes with danger.
Well, I bet ain't nobody seen that coming.
Tulsa King, new season streaming September 21st, exclusively on Paramount Plus.
Warden, I sway in these walls.
This is my castle now. Do we understand each other?
Mayor of Kingstown, new season streaming October 26th on Paramount Plus.
When he first came out of prison, I thought, maybe I'll get my dad back, even after everything that happened. So much for second chances, eh?
Tonight's the night. And it's going to happen again. Has to happen.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Dexter.
What do you think?
Tonight's the night.
Stream every Dexter episode ever, exclusively on Paramount Plus.
Give me 5. Now, down low.
Why would you do that?
Because you are too slow.
This is Chicago. Streets always gonna have a villain.
To protect the city, we have to do something. Women, it's time to get to work.
The Shot. All episodes now streaming on the Paramount Plus Premium plan.
They're underway in this massive clash at City Superb finish. Unbelievable strike.
And then surely they score that tornado. Watch Serie A all season long, streaming on Paramount Plus.
You can't count on Derek's taunt skills.
Oh, Tony, I think it hit the ground.
But you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
Welcome back, where we are live from the rail yard, getting ready for Michigan versus Nebraska. Every FanDuel customer gets a shot to boost their college football winnings with a Bussin' with the Boys Parlay Profit Boost. All you got to do is claim your boost and apply it to your bet for a shot at even bigger winnings. Download the app now to get started. All right, fellas, we told them we were going to make them some money. What you got?
Parlay. Kick it off. The Bussin' with the Boys parlay.
So I know that we got Ole Miss versus Tulane money line. I know we also got Miami over Florida money line, Illinois money line, and Oklahoma money line as well versus Auburn. I like I like Miami. They're going to look awesome. And then Oklahoma. Jackson Arnold going back to his home place, seeing his ex-girlfriend, realizing she's much happier with a much hotter dude.
He's going to be seeing ghosts.
He's going to be seeing ghosts of that. Brent Venables, the way he's able to disguise his defense. The whole offseason around Jackson Arnold was, can we get his confidence up? Can we get his confidence up? And anytime that's a main conversation around your quarterback, it doesn't usually bode well for your team, especially when you're going back versus a defense like Oklahoma.
All right, we also have the Bet the Boys parlay as well. We got three-legger here cooking.
That is correct.
Tennessee, what are they, minus 39.5?
Yeah,
look, Tennessee's offense is incredible. Just take Tennessee, the way they played against Georgia last week. This offense is for real. I got them just dusting the board with UAB today. So give me Tennessee minus 39.5. That's your boys.
We also got Michigan State plus 18.5, and then Oregon minus 35.5. I love Dan Lanning.
Yep.
Last week they played Northwestern. They didn't cover. All right. And I love the fact that Dan sits in his post-game press conference and he talks about they missed out on a couple of things in the fourth quarter. They let a couple get away from them. I love it because I'm waiting there, sitting there, hey, you got to cover. Like, Northwestern basically plays at a park. It's a beautiful stadium, but it's like you're fitting 15 people in there in a family of 4. Like they're having lunch, and there happens to be a football game going on. You got to win those games. You got to cover those games, as you talked about. Not a lot of people are talking about Oregon, even though they're like a top 5 team in the country. You got to make the great teams cover. I believe they're going to cover today.
Dan Lanning is playing with that chip on his shoulder.
Yeah.
They ran the table. They were perfect. Won the Big Ten their first year in the league. Everybody forgets about them because of the Rose Bowl, where they got blown out by Ohio State. I think he's embarrassed by that, and he has his team playing with fire right now. Dante Moore looks like an absolute stud.
Yeah, he does. And what a way to just, as a head coach, if you're just wiping a team off the map in the second half, to just motivate yourself and build a chip on your shoulder of, I need to go out here and cover for America.
I know Matt Rule wasn't talking about the cover, but 2 weeks ago, they're up 33-0 at halftime, and he gives a speech where you thought they were down 33-0. What if I think he's number one. Dan Lanning might be up there, too, as far as pregame speeches, halftime speeches. Matt Rule just has these guys consistently ready to run through a wall. It's unreal.
Two of the best in the game.
Yeah.
Two of the best in the game. The two guys that are at the top as far as speeches go. I love seeing that halftime speech because it's the standard is a standard no matter who we roll out there. Like last week, it was the second team. They played the entire second half, and it just doesn't change. It's like we're going to go score. We're not punting the ball. We're not having 3 and outs. We're not having none of it. And to see the players show up and rally around it, you see the look in their eyes when he is talking. It's like that's what juices you up as a Husker fan.
All right, let's go through some of these games. We're going to get B-Mac and Peyton here, too, give out some winners as well. B-Mac, we'll start with you. We got Illinois at Indiana. Another matchup that talks about the depth of the Big Ten coming to the table. Illinois is going on the road. Indiana, a 5.5-point favorite. Number's been bouncing around a little bit. I think it's because Xavier Scott, the defensive back, out for Illinois. Who do you like in this one? Indiana has a 5.5-point favorite.
I love Illinois. And I don't know what's going on with the odd makers out in Vegas, because when you look at Illinois, I mean, Luke Altmaier, 20-plus starts in college football. The experience is there. And what they did to Duke under the radar early in the year, playing at 12 noon against a ranked Duke team at the time, they dominated them. So far, Indiana has played against JV squads. I mean, they haven't been
similar to Nebraska.
Exactly.
I mean, it's just right.
Cincinnati might win the Big Ten.
Nebraska caught it straight, but he's not lying. He's not lying.
I'm not lying, right?
Yeah, they caught it straight.
I'm just trying to help the broadcast.
Yeah, no question. But I like Illinois in this spot, and I don't even want the points. Money line, straight up, yes.
Hey, I'm with you 100%. You go into Duke. Duke paid their quarterback $8 million, and they hold them to 19 points in that game. They're more battle-tested at this point. I love them going on the road. I love Bielema and his culture that he instilled in Illinois. It's interesting for me, being a guy that played from 09 to 13 in the Big Ten, seeing Illinois as like a ranked team. But I think they get it done. I believe in the money line with Illinois as well.
Bielema and culture. Look, Bielema still haunts my nightmares after what he did to us in the Big Ten Championship back in 2012. But what he's building there at Illinois, and they got, you call him Altmaier, it's Altenheimer. I like him as a quarterback. They have a good defense. They're good in the trenches. They're going to build through the run game. I like Illinois in this game. But I also love Cignetti talking a little shit in his press conferences.
Yeah. Has anyone ever seen a 6.5-point favorite be picked against money line as much as Indiana this week? And I say that as I'm about to roll with Illinois. So I'm rolling with Illinois as well. B-Mac, you talked about not being able to understand the odds on this. I picture our friends at FanDuel maybe just in the laboratory gathered around a table late Saturday night. We got to hang a number on this game. Let's just remember what Cignetti did last year. Maybe that just rolls over into this year. Are people still terrified of that? Like you said, they've run it up on inferior opponents, although I'd argue Old Dominion probably better than half the P4 right now. But nevertheless, I think that's what weighs in on this. So hopefully that's what weighs in on this for our sakes and for our picks, because if that's the case, yeah, Illinois can go in there and beat this, which, by the way, not to look ahead, would set up undefeated Illinois hosting perhaps undefeated USC next week if they can get past Michigan State, although not cover because it's one of our best bets.
Yeah. I hate this because there's no jinx like the graphic jinx when it's a clean sweep for one side. Yeah. I'm on Illinois too, but you know what that means? Indiana's probably going to smoke them today, but we'll see. I'm on Illinois as well. All right, today's game right here, right up about a mile down the road. We have a YouTube poll up. 81% are backing the home underdog, Nebraska Cornhuskers. B-Mac, I'm a little bit surprised at that number.
I'm not surprised, and the reason why I'm not surprised is because Nebraska, they're coached the right way. I love their defense. Remember, they lost their entire defensive staff, and you can't tell. The way they tackle in the secondary, they're only allowing 66 yards through the air. Granted, they played against lesser talented teams, but they have dominated, and they're at home. They're at home. You cannot allow a freshman quarterback to come into this environment and walk out with a dub. That cannot happen. The atmosphere of these fans, they have to put Bryce Underwood in hell today.
Yeah.
Give me Nebraska.
No, it's absolutely all right. People talk all the time about the education system in America and how it's gone downhill. That's a perfect poll to establish why we need to do a better job of educating America and our youth. You look at 19%. Interesting. That's also the number Bryce Underwood wears. Here's what I'll say. When it comes down to all this, I love Nebraska. And when this game's over, regardless of what the result is, I'm going to love my boy. I'm a big fan of Matt Rule in year 3. But you want to talk about toughness, being in the trenches. Nebraska's giving up 4.2 yards per carry right now. Michigan makes a living off of leaning on you and making you question who you are as a culture. Now you put in Bryce Underwood, who can run the ball. So Nebraska's going to run a lot more man than they already do. They're going to put a spy out there. But when you add the extra blocker from a running back standpoint, I don't see Nebraska stopping the Maize and Blue. I like this game more of like a 42-21 Michigan in this game. You guys are close. You guys are close, and I love it. I love Nebraska. I truly love you guys. And you guys have been great about getting nasty. I like that. Forget Nebraska nice. I love it.
Go Big Red! This game is going to be won in the trenches. Take the mustache, yes. Hey, this is going to be.
Oh, look at the locks.
Like that?
They look good.
Hey, mine will come back.
Hey, easy. Yesterday was my birthday.
Yesterday
was my birthday. I'm fired up because we're really going to find out what kind of football team we have in Nebraska. I think the game is won in the trenches, and I agree with you. Memorial Stadium's got to be an X factor, because if you can win on the early downs, you win on the early downs and get Bryce Underwood in the third, medium, third, longer, to where Bryce starts to think, I have to win this game. He's put it out on film, and he's going to throw you a ball, and that's where Nebraska has to make a play in the secondary.
Hey,
I love Nebraska.
Now, if he gets the wrong side, you have to grow it out? Is that?
Yeah, trust me,
hair's
actually overrated. So I don't really know why that's a big deal. Listen, You just made the perfect point. That's what Michigan does. They go on the road all the time. And they will, if you let them impose their style of play, their will on you, they make you question who you are. The fundamental reason that I came down on the side I came on in this game is because I think Michigan will make Nebraska question who they are. I just think in year 3 they know who they are. I think Nebraska's going to win the game outright.
Fire me up, Josh Pate. Fire me up, Josh Pate.
There has been a trend in college football. Young quarterbacks struggling on the road in hostile environments. I think this is going to be one of the most hostile environments of the season. We already saw it happen once at Oklahoma. Bryce Underwood, I think they're going to make him a little bit too one-dimensional. Take away Justin Haynes. I say Nebraska gets the win, and they're storming the field after. Fellas, you guys are the best. Appreciate it. I know you guys are going to crush it all day. We'll look for you out in the field. Appreciate it. Speaking of Matt Rule, we talked to him yesterday, sat down with him. We'll let you hear it next. Keep it right here, CBS Sports HQ, live from the rail yard.
Here we go. The 2025 CBS Sports NFL schedule is here. 18 glorious Sundays.
He's got his receiver touchdown.
Filled with rematches.
Oh, the play of the year.
And rivalries.
Touchdown, Bengals.
Plus, plenty of superstar showdowns. And an epic matchup between the Chiefs and Cowboys on Thanksgiving. Clear your Sundays beginning September 7th for the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
You can't count on accurate expiration dates.
That is a rookie mistake.
Or the kindness of strangers. But you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS, streaming on Paramount Plus.
This could be the greatest opportunity in my life, and it comes with danger.
Well, I bet ain't nobody seen that coming.
Tulsa King, new season streaming September 21st, exclusively on Paramount Plus.
Warden, I sway in these walls.
This is my castle now. Do we understand each other?
Mayor of Kingstown, new season streaming October 26th on Paramount Plus.
When he first came out of prison, I thought, maybe I'll get my dad back, even after everything that happened. So much for second chances, eh?
Tonight's the night. And it's going to happen again. Has to happen.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Dexter. What do you think? Tonight's the night.
Stream every Dexter episode ever, exclusively on Paramount Plus.
Give me 5. Now, down low.
Why would you do that?
Because you are too slow.
This is Chicago. Streets always gonna have a villain.
To protect the city, we have to do something. Women, it's time to get to work.
The Shot. All episodes now streaming of the Paramount Plus Premium plan.
They're underway in this massive clash at City On. Superb finish.
Unbelievable strike.
And then surely they score that touchdown.
Watch Serie A all season long, streaming on Paramount Plus.
You can't count on Derek's tong skills.
Oh, Tony, I think it hit the ground.
But you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
Live from the rail yard in Lincoln, Nebraska. So fun having the Bussin' with the Boys crew here with us. I think they're somewhere among the fans. Coming back, we hear from that man, Matt Rule, joining the program. Stick with us.
Here we go. The 2025 CBS Sports NFL schedule is here. 18 glorious Sundays.
He's got his receiver touchdown.
Filled with rematches.
Oh, the play of the year.
And rivalries.
Touchdown, Bengals.
Plus, plenty of superstar showdowns. And an epic matchup between the Chiefs and Cowboys on Thanksgiving. Clear your Sundays beginning September 7th for the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
You can't count on accurate expiration dates.
That is a rookie mistake.
Or the kindness of strangers. But you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS, streaming on Paramount Plus.
This could be the greatest opportunity in my life, and it comes with danger.
Well, I bet ain't nobody seen that coming.
Tulsa King, new season streaming September 21st, exclusively on Paramount Plus.
Warden, I sway in these walls.
This is my castle now. Do we understand each other?
Mayor of Kingstown, new season streaming October 26th on Paramount Plus.
When he first came out of prison, I thought, maybe I'll get my dad back, even after everything that happened. So much for second chances, eh?
Tonight's the night. And it's going to happen again. Has to happen.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Dexter. What do you think? Tonight's the night.
Stream every Dexter episode ever, exclusively on Paramount Plus.
Give me 5. Now, down low.
Why would you do that?
Because you are too slow.
This is Chicago. Streets always gonna have a villain.
To protect this city, we have to do something. Women, it's time to get to work.
The Shot. All episodes now streaming on the Paramount Plus Premium plan.
They're underway, and there's some massive clash at City Eye. Superb finish. Oh, that's it!
Unbelievable strike.
And then surely they score that tornado.
Watch Serie A all season long, streaming on Paramount Plus.
You can't count on Derek's taunt skills.
Oh, Tony, I think it hit the ground.
But you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
When you need your sports news all the time,
we've got breaking news to bring to you.
CBS Sports HQ hits every highlight from all the sports that matter to you.
Big news coming out of the NFL. A lot of movement in the rankings this week.
With the plays you missed.
What a finish at the final round of play.
And analysis to give you an edge.
Tony Romo joins the conversation.
I was shaking in my boots.
The Big Ten home to the defending national champions.
We're bringing you that breaking news right here on HQ.
CBS Sports HQ, streaming free 24/7.
The world of sports never sleeps, and neither do we. Welcome to CBS Sports HQ Morning Buzz, Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. You can catch up on the latest storylines and highlights with expert analysis to get you dialed in. So grab your coffee and kickstart your day off right with Morning Buzz only on CBS Sports HQ.
Back here on college football pregame on CBS Sports HQ, we are presented by FanDuel. Damian, you learned a little chant here.
Hold on. Just 1 second. Can y'all hear me? Are y'all listening? Are y'all paying? Hold on. Just let me know. Let me know if I'm doing this right. Go Big Red.
There we go.
I think you got to draw out the red a little bit. Now,
okay, do I need?
Just draw it out a little bit.
Oh, take 2.
Can y'all go one more time?
Draw it out
Go one more time. All right.
We'll do this all day.
Go Big Red. Yeah. All right. There it is. Here we go.
Come on, out of 10, what was that?
I give it an 8.5. Okay, I like that.
That's all right. We still have an hour and a half left on this show, so I'm sure we're going to do that once or twice or 3 more times. But we're going to continue to talk about this matchup, and we are talking about the quarterbacks for good reason. The comparisons that have been thrown out about these guys. We got Vince Young, like a Bryce Underwood. We've got a Dylan Raiola comparison to Patrick Mahomes. I mean, these are 2 of the top 10 highest-rated Big Ten quarterback recruits since the year 2000. So there is a lot of excitement from both of these fan bases. Look at that comparison.
Who's who?
I honestly can't tell the difference.
Win in there.
But
All
we're
the way
going to
down to
break
the curls.
down these QBs from a standpoint of, quarterback vision, arm talent, athleticism, and I'm going to have you pick one. So let's start with Damian. Quarterback vision, who are you picking?
I got to go with Raiola. And the reason why I say that is because he's got more experience at this level. I mean, he's seen opposing defenses. He's seen the Big Ten schedule. He's tough. He's faced some tough opponents. I think he sees the field better. He has a better feel for the offensive scheme that he's a part of. There's not a lot of defensive strategies or schemes that will throw him off balance or mess up his reads. I think he reads the defense good pre-snap and post-snap whenever his safety start to adjust, coverage starts to roll. So I got to give the quarterback vision to Raiola.
Amon, who is the better arm talent?
Got to go with Dylan again. So he can throw at every level. He even does the sidearm. Seen him doing that plenty of times. It's fun to see him do that. And when he uses his legs, he knows how to, if he got the underhanded or anything like that. Haven't seen that yet. Well, we'll love to see it, but we know he could throw it at different levels, get the ball out, and even sometimes the lob ball to a deep corner out or something like that.
I love these are very technical terms, like arm talent, quarterback vision. But B-Mac, who's got more dog in him?
I kind of go, there we go. I kind of go Dylan with that as well.
Okay.
I've seen him, the emotions, take charge. And granted, this is a kind of by default because Bryce is in this is his fourth game in college football, so we haven't really seen a larger sample size. But right now, what I've seen from Dylan, he's very, very involved. His emotions get high sometimes, which I'm okay with at the quarterback position because that shows me you're invested into what's going on. So right now, I'll go Dylan.
Now, hold on now.
Oh.
Actually, no, never mind. Go ahead.
What you got to say? You got something to say, say it.
I don't want to. No.
Talking about the shoes he's wearing?
No. Stop. Go ahead, Daddy. Go ahead.
He's saving it. How about athleticism?
So this one's close, and I think it's becoming a requirement to play the position today. You have to be able to move inside and out of the pocket. I'll give the edge to Bryce Underwood. We've already seen it early. We saw it last week. I think you'll see more of it today against this Nebraska defense. Dylan has plenty of athleticism, but he's more of a pocket passer and more scrambles around the pocket to look down the field, where I think Bryce Underwood more of a threat to run the football. So I'll give the slight edge to Bryce Underwood.
Yeah, your conversation last week with Lincoln Riley, he said we're looking for guys that can do both.
Yep.
He knows a thing or two about quarterbacks. So do you, Danny. So if you had to pick one of these guys to win you the game, who are you going with?
I'm going to go, and this one comes down to one thing, and it's experience. Dylan Riola's got a year under his belt already. He's already been in these types of situations. Bryce Underwood has not had to be in a situation where he's got to lead his team down the field for that game-winning touchdown. So I'll give the edge to Dylan here, playing at home as well. I just think he's more comfortable. In last year, he did have Dana Holgorsen the last 3 or 4 games of the season, so he's more comfortable in the system. And the thing that I love seeing him this year, he's getting the ball out quickly. He's taking some of the pressure on his offensive line in a 2-minute drill, picking apart a defense. I think it suits Dylan Raiola really well.
Yes, you're seeing a lot of Raiola there on the graphic. I think it's because we've seen more of him, like you said. It's not just the experience, but we know him a little bit better. But I want to know, B-Mac, from your standpoint, what's the difference between what we saw from Raiola as a freshman last year that you've seen very early on, competition, all of that, but how has he grown since year one?
That confidence. When I talk about experience on the football field, for most people who've never been in a locker room, never been a part of a team, just imagine going on a roller coaster for your very first time, right? That first time you go on that roller coaster, you go through the dips, you go through the curves, you go through the highs. You don't know what to expect, and it becomes a bit much. But if you go on that same roller coaster the next day, you know when to embrace those moments. That's what we're seeing right now from Dylan Raiola. This isn't his first rodeo, and now you can tell he has more of a command on the offense. The play caller and the quarterback, and their relationship is hand in hand, and he has also the confidence that he can go out and deliver. And that's why we're seeing really, really efficient play from Dylan so far this season. If he continues to play to this level, the way they're competing and the way they're playing defense, it should be a very, very entertaining season.
And I was going to follow that up by saying, do you know what confidence brings? Efficiency. As I look at it right here, Riola has 829 passing yards, 8 touchdowns, no
0 interceptions.
Yes. So the confidence creates efficiency. What does efficiency do for you? It takes care of the football. To me, that's the biggest difference for Dylan Riola this season. from what we've seen so far is not turning the ball over. I felt like last season, before he even stepped foot, that we were already talking about the comparisons to Patrick Mahomes, and I felt like he had to live up to that as a true freshman. He went out there. He was always looking for the big play. He didn't understand we will be all right if our possession ends with a kick every single time we step on offense. So the confidence, the efficiency, and most importantly, taking care of the football, because the more chances you give Bryce Underwood today, the more chances you give this Michigan football team, the more they're going to try to run the ball down your throat, control the clock, make this an ugly, dirty game that Nebraska does not want to see at home.
Yeah. You mentioned that you spent some time with him in the offseason and in training camp. And what is he like behind the scenes? Because we only get to see him on TV.
Hey, to be honest, I'm like big uncle. Like I said, I played with his dad. So he's like, oh, well, my dad told me this about you. My dad told me this about, what y'all, that year, his freshman year was my junior year, when we beat Tennessee for the national title. So, it was just more like that, more me kind of guiding him. Hey, when you get back there, this is what you got to think about. When you get on the field in a big game. Just those type of conversations. I was teaching over at the School of Journalism and Mass Communication, so he was asking me about the class I was teaching and a little bit of the esports stuff that I do. So just explaining that to me, he's like, oh, we got to get on the sticks like me and J Mac was talking, or B Mac was talking about off camera. We got to get on Madden a little bit. So he has that little background. We have that connection there. But somebody that I know is a raising competitor in the household.
And something else that you talked about with me in a little quiet conversation we had, you were talking about how, of course, Raiola's dad playing here, being a teammate of yours.
Yeah.
You talked about how Dylan Raiola wants to be in his own spotlight, though. He doesn't want to be his dad. He doesn't want to try to live up to that expectation. He wants to be his own man. He wants to step into that. Like, what are those conversations like whenever you talk about creating your own legacy?
Yeah, just a few conversations, but real quick, it was just something like he knows, he understands what he has to do being here. Making the commitment here, being from about to go to Georgia and then flipping and coming to Nebraska, making that decision, and basically how the whole world changed. Once he got here to Nebraska, how we greeted him in terms of the fan base, but then also I say the biggest thing, myself and other former players. It was like, hey man, now you come in here and you fill your own shoes. We did it. Guys like Tommy Frazier, myself, other guys on defense. Yes, we did it during our time. We filled the shoes, but now it's your turn. So don't feel the pressure of what we did. Don't expect that we're going to look at you and be like, you're going to be the guy. Like, no, you're going to be the guy that you're going to be, and you do it on your own, basically.
I love it. We know these teams, these quarterbacks are ready to play in this football game, but coming up after the break, we're going to get this crowd ready. I think they're already ready, but they could maybe a little bit more. We got cheerleaders in the house now. Stick with us here on CBS Sports HQ live from Lincoln.
Here we go. The 2025 CBS Sports NFL schedule is here. 18 glorious Sundays.
He's got his receiver touchdown.
Filled with rematches.
Oh, the play of the year.
And rivalries.
Touchdown, Bengals.
Plus, plenty of superstar showdowns. And an epic matchup between the Chiefs and Cowboys on Thanksgiving. Clear your Sundays beginning September 7th for the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
You can't count on accurate expiration dates.
No, that is a rookie mistake.
Or the kindness of strangers. But you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS, streaming on Paramount Plus.
This could be the greatest opportunity in my life, and it comes with danger.
Well, I bet ain't nobody seen that coming.
Tulsa King, new season streaming September 21st, exclusively on Paramount Plus.
Warden, I have sway in these walls.
This is my castle now. Do we understand each other?
Mayor of Kingstown, new season streaming October 26th on Paramount Plus.
When he first came out of prison, I thought, maybe I'll get my dad back, even after everything that happened. So much for second chances, eh?
Tonight's the night. And it's going to happen again. Has to happen.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Dexter. What do you think? Tonight's the night.
Stream every Dexter episode ever, exclusively on Paramount Plus.
Give me 5. Now, down low.
Why would you do that?
Because you are too slow.
Chicago.
Streets always gonna have a villain.
To protect the city, we have to do something. Women, it's time to get to work.
The Shot. All episodes now streaming of the Paramount Plus Premium plan.
They're underway in this massive clash of City On. Superb finish.
Unbelievable strike.
And then surely they score that tornado.
Watch Serie A all season long, streaming on Paramount Plus.
You can't count on Derek's tongue skills.
Oh, Tony, I think it hit the ground.
But you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
They don't fear you, they don't respect you enough yet. And if that sounds like coach speak, then you have the wrong brain. They're dropping back against our starting defense. They're cutting our O-line at the end of the half. I don't want them ever to say our name again. That's the killer instinct I asked about. Not what does my hair look like, what do I look like in the freaking mirror. I walk in here, guys in the mirror checking themselves out. Got a chance at a shutout. You guys got a chance of freaking hanging a score around here we haven't hung in a long time. We don't work hard enough to go take what we want? Go take what you want. You want to get in the game? DJ, you run your ass up on all those routes all week? Now you got a chance to get in the game, maybe. If your brother and your brothers will put them away.
You would have thought that they were losing that football game. Matt Rule and company up 33-0 when he gave that halftime speech. Fans, what do you think about your head coach? I think they like him. He's here, too. We got Matt Rule right there. Right down center. How much did that fire you guys up? That fired me up.
There you go.
Let's go.
That fired me up.
Amon, what'd you think watching
that? Fired me up. You know, get the coach talking like that, regardless of what's on the scoreboard. That's a coach that's locked in.
Go Big Red! Go Big Red!
Okay, hold on.
Yes, sir.
No, what do you give that one, though? What do you give that out of 10?
That was pretty dope.
Hey, he watched.
Yeah, give him a grade.
I'm proud of myself.
I get out of 9?
I get out of 9.
Okay, but critique. Hold on, no, fans, critique me. What do we need to do better to make What do we need to do better to make it go?
Who was
he
we?
did it.
I did a good job.
No, you did a 9. You did a 9. 8.5 to 9. We want a 10 though. Hold on. This is the thing. By tonight, by the end of this show, we want it to be a 10. We want from your chest. From your
Go Big Red!
There you go.
Are we having a Go Big Red off? Is that what's happening right now?
It feels like Matt Rule.
Come on now.
It feels like Matt Rule just gave us a little pep talk for this one. But I do want to hit on what you said, because I think that speech shows you there's a new standard in Lincoln, Nebraska. Because in years past, they might have felt like, you know what, we're up 33-0. We'll go handle our business. They want to go for the throat. Like, they want to absolutely annihilate their opponents. And it's a mindset that he's trying to instill in his players, that we're one of the best teams in the country, and we're going to go out there and take care of teams that we're not even supposed to be on the same field with us. I mean, he's talking about the disrespect just because the guys tried some cut blocks in the first half, and he wants to go out there and punish them. But that mindset starts to creep in every single week, and I think you see it culminate this afternoon.
Danny, do y'all remember what I told Matt Rule yesterday when we interviewed him and we talked about that speech? You know who it reminds me of? The one, the only Nicholas Saban, head coach primarily at the University of Alabama. It sets a standard. It sets a precedent. I remember playing in those games, the games we were up 30-0 at halftime, 25-0 at halftime. He would always come in the locker room and tell us, we are not playing to beat the opponent we are playing tonight. We are playing to beat whoever we are going to see in the national championship. And when I heard the words from Matt Rule's mouth, when I saw the fire and the passion, the energy in his eyes, that is what he is trying to get his players to understand. We are not trying to beat even Michigan today. We are trying to play to a standard that can be anybody in the country at any location, anytime, any day. And he has done a phenomenal job of that. He told us that this is a player-led team. And when you have a coach that provides that type of mentality, of course, we know as players, then it's up to us to own that, to take ownership over that type of mentality, and then go and show it, not just on the field, every day in the classroom, every day in the weight room, every day when you go in the training room, the weight room, everything. That is the standard.
And speaking of Coach Saban, I saw something that Brett Key said that he learned from Saban, that Saban emphasized to him, that more people fall coming down Mount Everest than going up. Meaning when they reach the top, on the way coming down, they get complacent. Get relaxed. And that is something that Matt Rule is trying to establish here with this culture that he's created, don't get complacent. Don't get relaxed. Always keep your foot on the gas. Because something he told us during that interview, it wasn't about playing against Kent State or Akron, whoever it was they're playing against. It's about getting ready for the Big Ten teams that were getting ready to come your way. Guess what? You have one today. Stand up and answer the call.
You guys did a great job with your chants, but we're bringing in some professionals here.
Only right.
How to cheer on their Huskers. Can you guys help lead us in a cheer? Go for it.
He's a man of few words, ladies and gentlemen. Man of few words.
Go Big Red! Go Big Red! Yeah. I got it.
Hey, but
I'm
listen,
official.
Listen, so hold on, wait. Just like you said he watched me, I'm watching him.
I'm official.
I'm taking notes. And I got about 3 examples that I'm learning from right now. So I might bring that house down with a 10 at some point. I'm not saying it's going to be right now.
All right, ladies, help lead us into break. One last cheer. Okay, we'll show you how it's done.
There you go.
Go Big Red!
Go Big Red!
There it is.
Okay.
There we go.
We're in the hang of it.
Lincoln,
Y'all watch out. I'm getting the hang of it.
Here we go. The 2025 CBS Sports NFL schedule is here. 18 glorious Sundays.
He's got his receiver touchdown.
Filled with rematches.
Oh, the play of the year.
And rivalries.
Touchdown, Bengals.
Plus, plenty of superstar showdowns. And an epic matchup between the Chiefs and Cowboys on Thanksgiving. Clear your Sundays beginning September 7th for the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
You can't count on accurate expiration dates.
That is a rookie mistake.
Or the kindness of strangers. But you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS, streaming on Paramount Plus.
This could be the greatest opportunity in my life, and it comes with danger.
Well, I bet ain't nobody seen that coming.
Tulsa King, new season streaming September 21st, exclusively on Paramount Plus.
Warden, I swear in these walls.
This is my castle now. Do we understand each other?
Mayor of Kingstown, new season streaming October 26th on Paramount Plus.
When he first came out of prison, I thought, maybe I'll get my dad back, even after everything that happened. So much for second chances, eh?
Tonight's the night. And it's going to happen again. Has to happen.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Dexter. What do you think? Tonight's the night.
Stream every Dexter episode ever, exclusively on Paramount Plus.
Give me 5. Now, down low.
Why would you do that?
Because you are too slow.
This is Chicago. The streets always gonna have a villain.
To protect the city, we have to do something. Women, it's time to get to work.
The Shot. All episodes now streaming of the Paramount Plus Premium plan.
They're underway in this massive clash at City On. Superb finish.
Unbelievable strike.
And then surely they score that touchdown.
Watch Serie A all season long, streaming on Paramount Plus.
You can't count on Derek's taunt skills.
Oh, Tony, I think it hit the ground.
But you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
Welcome into Hour 3 of college football pregame presented by FanDuel here on CBS Sports HQ and live from the Rail Yard in Lincoln, Nebraska, gearing up for It's Big Time on CBS between Michigan and Nebraska. This is a massive game, but not the only one happening in Week 4 of college football. We've got some teams on upset alert. Danny, you're putting the Canes on upset alert against Florida.
I am, because you know what happens in college football, and a great coach one time talked about rat poison. And Miami, all they've been told, and we talked about it early in the show, is maybe one of the best teams in the entire country. People are already put them in the ACC championship game. They're put them in the playoffs already, but they're going against an opponent that has their backs against the wall. The season is on the line for the Florida Gators, and they have to win this game. I'm expecting G.J. Lagway to cut down significantly on those turnovers, and if he does, their defense is good enough to win this game. Watch out, Canes.
All right, Damian, you are putting the Rebels on upset alert against Tulane.
Well, first of all, they're in the midst of a little bit of a quarterback controversy. Yeah. I mean, I know we talked about Trinidad Chambliss might be the guy, but we don't know yet. And what we do know about Ole Miss is they struggle in ugly football games. And what is Tulane going to do with Jake Retzlaff? They're going to make it ugly. They're going to make it grimy, and they're going to go into Hemingway Stadium and try to make this an absolute dogfight, because they know that Ole Miss is a team that likes to play from ahead. They like to get a comfortable lead and coast. They don't like the dogfights that last 15 rounds. This is going to be a good one in Mississippi.
Yeah, Chambliss expected to get the start today for Ole Miss. Another team on upset alert. BMAC, your target's on Utah.
No question. A high noon kickoff. When you're talking about one of the more expensive rosters in college football, Texas Tech has it. Baron Morton has been outstanding. Offense averaging around 57, 58 points per ball game. And when you look at his wide receivers in terms of measurables, I could have sworn they took some guys off the basketball team. 6'3", 6'2", 6'4", 6'3". Those are the guys he will be throwing the football to today. And you better believe in terms of splash plays, Mr. Morton will come down with a few of those in this ball game. I don't want the points. Give me the money line. Texas Tech.
Woo! Amon, who you have on upset alert today?
Oh, I got that gold blue right there, that gold blue crew that's right now in Michigan. So the Wolverines right now, Dylan has been playing great football. Emmett Johnson also been running the ball well, so they have the combination of that. And then right now, from a defensive standpoint, they want to keep Underwood in the pocket. They want to don't let him use his legs, because if he gets his legs working and his arm working, that's a problem. So I can see the defense stepping up and be in that black shirt defense that we know about and defending quarterback.
Hey, Michigan fans, did y'all hear that? This man don't respect y'all. He said gold and blue. Does that sound right to y'all?
They caught us straight.
Respect y'all. It's maize and blue.
Maize and blue. That's right. That's right. Remember,
come on.
I'm not from Michigan. Sorry.
Spoken like a former
but I know you are well aware of this Wolverines team, because there's something that happened back in, 1997?
Oh, yes.
You were undefeated, Nebraska?
Yes,
Michigan,
we were.
undefeated. One poll had you as the national championship. Another poll had them as the national champion. What would have happened if they would have played that football game?
That football game would have been one-sided, all Cornhusker football, running the ball. The defense that was built with Charles Woodson and crew, it was a pass and a run defense, but more pass stopping. We didn't throw the ball. We ran the ball 95% of the time with myself, Makovic, and Scott Frost at the time. So it would have been just a wear and tear of their defense like we did to Tennessee's defense, same thing. And me and Mr. Woodson have gone over this conversation over and over again, and it's like a math problem. It always equals the same thing. Nebraska winning the national title, beating Michigan in Pasadena. All right? In the parking lot. Old school style. Okay? So there we go. I very rarely get my blood hot. That's one thing that gets
Nebraska
me hot.
fans, y'all hear this? Ahmad Green getting fired up now.
National championship. What's it like to share?
To share it was basically
like a tie.
Yeah, it's a tie. You get it. If you got a brother in the house, right? You get into a fight, and mom and dad say you got to hug, and it's like one of those situations. Like, man, what?
Yeah.
Man, but
Thank goodness we don't have to deal with those anymore with the college football playoffs there. I will say this. I'll help you break the tie, because I'm a big results guy. Like, what did you see at the completion of the season? I thought your bowl win against Peyton Manning in Tennessee was more impressive than what Michigan did against Washington State and Ryan Leaf. We know how their careers played out, but I still think Nebraska's win in the final game of the season was more impressive. I give the edge to the Nebraska Cornhuskers.
I just want to play hypotheticals, right? Because we're sitting here talking about, if we had played the game, it would have been all Cornhuskers, this, that, and the third. You and the man on the other side of the ball Charles Woodson.
Yes.
Y'all meet up in the open field. What's going to happen? Just like take us through that hypothetical right there.
Well,
I mean, I'm sure he might hear this. I know y'all buddy now, but let's just talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Well, something that one of my coaches did, he asked me one time, Sylvester Croom was my coach, running back coach one year, and he wanted me to send a message first play. He wanted me to find somebody on defense and just, regardless of having a touchdown or a first down, send a message by making contact, physical, hard contact with that player. So that would be me and Charles right there.
That's you sending a message not only to Michigan, but to Nebraska, the rest of the team. We are here. We coming all day long. That's what you would have done.
4 quarters.
Ooh, 4 quarters.
We're here for 4 quarters, and that's what's going to happen every play.
For a full 60 minutes.
If you get in my way.
Oh.
That's the message that would be sent right there.
Wait, did I just see that right?
Those numbers?
How many did you go off for against Tennessee?
Yeah, pull them back up. Pull the numbers back up.
206?
That was 206, about 25 plus carries, 2 touchdowns. So we had, because I had J.R. Henderson in my ear the whole game. Well, first quarter, just how SEC play football. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah. The DB.
No, defensive line.
And they did have Al Wilson on that team?
And they had Al Wilson.
Yeah.
They had Ray Knott Thompson. They got Leonard Little. Okay, and all fourth quarter, they were like this.
Want no more.
And you know what J.R. Henderson said to me? Y'all good. Y'all good. So, like I said, like I said, going out, that was in our mind right there. Go out to California, prove the point, because obviously between the coaches poll and the AP, we couldn't figure it out. Let's go just play a game. Let's do it then. But now, like we said, Danny mentioned, we got the CFP now, so things can find out the answer on the football field.
Just to be devil's advocate here, as somebody who was born in the 90s, so I witnessed everything that was happening. I was just a little young.
Right.
There's probably some students here that were born in the early 2000s that missed kind of the glory days of Nebraska football. What was that like?
Did you eat for free?
Oh, man. I would say yes.
He still does.
I mean, but it was something that, like, my freshman year coming in here to this program, I knew, like, what I had to do. I had to basically photocopy and watch the guys in front of me, Lawrence Phillips, Clinton Childs, Damon Benning, Jay Sims. Those were the running backs. And basically duplicate the work ethic, duplicate the mindset, hit the weight room, make sure I show up on time, sometimes show up early, because then they know you really locked in. And then from a coaching standpoint, when Coach Osborne got up there to talk, he knew how to motivate from a place to where it was calmness. It was almost like, I'm a Star Wars guy, right? So I'm going to reference being a Jedi. Like, we're going to battles, but this is how you manage the chaos, because you got fans yelling. We're going to be sometimes in hostile environment for that season coming down. We started the season on the road down in Stillwater against Oklahoma State. So obviously not a big rival, but something that was part of our division or conference at that time. But knowing that we had to go on the road, first night on TV, again on the ESPN at that time, but we had to play ball, regardless of who our opponent was. And so teaching young kids, young athletes like myself, I was fresh off the bus, green behind the ears, true freshman, coming out to my first college football game, I was ready to go. Felt like high school football again, because he made me know, he made me understand to be calm and just do what you do. We gave you that scholarship because you're a phenomenal running back. When you get your time on that field, go run that ball like you know how to.
You know what I love the most about everything you just said? He just explained the process, not the result. Not the pageantry, not the parades, not the celebrations, the process. And that's what makes programs have that sustained level of success. And even more importantly, that's why guys like you, all of us that have played, we teach those things to these young guys. Those conversations that you have with Raiola, the other guys on the team, you teach those guys, especially for a program that's trying to return to prominence.
Correct.
It's about the process and not the results.
Exactly.
Love it. It is so cool to have a Nebraska legend on the desk. But we do have to even things out a little bit. Maybe bringing a Michigan legend, member of the Fab Five, Jaylen Rose, joining the program now. Jaylen, how are we doing today?
Good morning. Good morning. Go blue.
I love it. Jaylen, speaking of the Fab Five, who are your Fab Five of Michigan football players all time?
A lot of people may or may not know football is my actual sport, and growing up in Detroit as a Michigander that's been an alum to the school, I've gone to so many games, seen so many greats. And that iconic helmet is just mesmerizing. And so you asking me for a top 5, that's like choosing your favorite kid. But here's what I'll do. I'll try to name as many as possible because we got so many. Anthony Carter, Steve Hutchinson, Charles Woodson, Jim Harbaugh, Desmond Howard, Tom Brady, Todd Wheatley and Ty Law, Braylon Edwards, Larry Foote, Mar Woodley. Those, like, it's just so many greats and icons. Brandon Graham, Aiden Hutchinson. So again, we have tremendous pride in our Wolverines, and I'm excited about the game today.
You guys definitely rolled deep with the amount of legends up there in Ann Arbor. Jaylen, I was there as a high school junior on a recruiting trip to Ann Arbor, and I was sitting at the game a row in front of you and the rest of the Fab Five at the game, and I was blown away. You guys were legends of the game. My question for you, in a town like Ann Arbor, where I'm sure the football and basketball players get treated pretty well, who got treated better, the basketball players when it was the Fab Five or the football players when they were rolling around town?
Let's be clear, Michigan is a football school, just like Nebraska. It's 125 every Saturday. It's going to always 125,000 in the stands every Saturday. It's going to always be a football school. And so that's what also made our run special. But you just reminded me of something funny. And I guess that's why, you know, watching how the NIL affects the game now, how are you sitting in front of us? And why weren't we in the front row?
Well, the biggest mistake, so that was a game, that was my unofficial, and I came up there, beautiful fall day. It was like 70 degrees and sunny. But for my official visit, now I grew up in South Florida, it was about 18 degrees. It was rainy. I think a little bit of snow. I was like, all right. And then the next weekend I went to Florida State, and it was beautiful, sunny. Girls were running around on campus. So it was, the decision was made based on the weather for me. Michigan was my number 2, though. It's a phenomenal institution. You mentioned all the legends that went there, academically off the charts. But, yeah, the weather was the deciding factor for me.
Hey, Jaylen, the same for me. Michigan was my first official visit. Larry Foote and David Terrell, they were my hosts. So clearly Michigan was high on my list because I wanted to be the next upcoming Charles Woodson playing the cornerback position. But for you, question, when you look at your outstanding career there at Michigan, what is your fondest moment that was associated with football while you were there at Michigan?
The fondest moment is when Desmond caught the ball in the back of the end zone against Notre Dame and did the Heisman pose. Right, that's iconic right there. And I was actually at a game, Chris Webber and I on a recruiting visit our junior year in high school when we were playing against Notre Dame, and I think the Rocket ran back a punt and a kick, and Desmond did the same thing. It was a crazy game. So just so many legendary moments, but while on campus, probably that one.
Yeah. Well, since everybody's up here talking about their ties to Michigan, I must say I was an actual Michigan commit, so I got a little bit of ties there too. They ended up
did them wrong, though. I mean,
well,
that's kind of messed up.
They fired the whole staff, and the class broke up, so we got disbanded. But anyways, this is a two-part question for you. One, with you having so much success and with the rest of the Fab Five early in your career, what would be the best advice you would give to a guy like Bryce Underwood that has all the lights and attention on him, especially with the money he's getting paid? And then finally, we got to get a score prediction from you.
I got you. So Bryce Underwood is a fellow Detroiter. He's like family. And at 18 years of age, his maturity and his discipline is just off the charts. And I'm talking about off the field. And it translates, and you saw them open up the playbook for him last week, and that's going to continue to happen. And for him to be a true freshman and performing the way he's performing and will continue to perform, you know, it's going to be outstanding to see. He's going to win a national championship for us before he leaves, and he probably will also win a Heisman. I think that, you know, he's going to accomplish, you know, amazing things on campus. And I just, you know, see the money that they made, that the players are making now, and I just say go get it. And for us that didn't get it, you know, where are reparations? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's it.
Right. Score prediction. We need a score prediction, Jaylen. We need one.
Score prediction. Oh. How about 30?
Ooh, high scoring.
Yeah, how about 35-24 Michigan. I think Bryce going off today.
Ahmad, you got something to say to that?
I'll say right now.
Bryce going to have 3 total touchdowns today.
Ooh, I like it. Hey, Jaylen, Simon Green, how you doing, man? Appreciate you very much. Followed your career, being a Fab Fiver. I was a freshman too, watching that go on, same age. So, but I gotta say, go Big Red. Go Big Red. Appreciate you, Jaylen. Appreciate your time.
Thank you so much for joining the show. We appreciate it. Thanks for having fun with us. We got Nebraska legend, we got a Michigan legend, and now we have a CBS Sports legend joining us. Jenny Dell is joining us here at the desk. You got a lot of good inside information for us, right?
Oh, I'm ready.
All right, we're looking forward to it. Stick with us here on CBS Sports HQ.
You guys are killing it.
Here we go. The 2025 CBS Sports NFL schedule is here. 18 glorious Sundays.
He's got his receiver touchdown.
Filled with rematches.
Oh, the play of the year.
And rivalries.
Touchdown, Bengals.
Plus, plenty of superstar showdowns. And an epic matchup between the Chiefs and Cowboys on Thanksgiving. Clear your Sundays beginning September 7th for the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
You can't count on accurate expiration dates.
No, that is a rookie mistake.
Or the kindness of strangers. But you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS, streaming on Paramount Plus.
This could be the greatest opportunity in my life, and it comes with danger. Well, I bet ain't nobody seen that coming.
Tulsa King, new season streaming September 21st, exclusively on Paramount Plus.
Warden, I swear in these walls.
This is my castle now. Do we understand each other?
Mayor of Kingstown, new season streaming October 26th on Paramount Plus.
When he first came out of prison, I thought, maybe I'll get my dad back, even after everything that happened. So much for second chances, eh?
Tonight's the night. And it's going to happen again. Has to happen.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Dexter. What do you think? Tonight's the night.
Stream every Dexter episode ever, exclusively on Paramount Plus.
Give me 5. Now, down low.
Why would you do that?
Because you are too slow.
This is Chicago. Street's always gonna have a villain.
To protect the city, we have to do something. Women, it's time to get to work.
The Shot. All episodes now streaming of the Paramount Plus Premium plan.
They're underway, and there's some massive clash at City Eye. Superb finish.
Unbelievable strike.
And then surely they score that touchdown.
Watch Serie A all season long, streaming on Paramount Plus.
You can't count on Derek's taunt skills.
Oh, Tony, I think it hit the ground.
But you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
Back here on College Football Pregame presented by FanDuel. We are live in Lincoln, Nebraska, ahead of the Big Ten Game of the Week on CBS between Michigan and Nebraska. Yeah, you probably guessed that. We are so excited for this game. And, of course, Gary Danielson, Brad Nessler, Jenny Dell on the call. And I have some fantastic news for you watching at home because Jenny Dell is not just on the call of that game. She's on the desk here with us. Jenny, how we doing?
I couldn't pass up an opportunity to come hang out with my HQ crew, guys.
Of course.
You've been killing it all morning.
That you're here. We're obviously glad just because we love you.
Oh.
And we're just so thankful that you're here. But also you have some really good information because you talked to both quarterbacks, you talked to coaches, you talked to players. Something stood out about that conversation with Dylan Raiola, and that is the comparisons to Patrick Mahomes. What does he think about those? Because we make a big deal about it.
Oh, he made it very clear that the media does make a huge deal about it. And as much as he appreciates and respects it, he did say, you know, I'm at the point where I feel like those comparisons, they could just die down a little bit. It's hard, though, because you look at him. He's got the haircut. You know, he's got the swag. He is very Patrick Mahomes-esque. However, he did say that he wishes that the comparisons would diminish just a tad. He said, you know, I'm proud of my name, so I want people to respect that. Now, he does go. He hangs out with Patrick. They have a great relationship. So on top of it, he's partying with the Chiefs after the AFC Championship. They talk all the time. So very strong mentor relationship right there. And he said the biggest thing, I guess you could say, that he takes away from that relationship and watching Patrick's film is his footwork. That's something that he does try to mirror in his own game. So.
And when you watch him play, like we always talk about the headband and the pregame jump and the yell, like the celebrations, all are very similar. But that's the thing I noticed. Arm release angles, the way he moves around the pocket, it's very similar. And by the way, there's a lot of haters out there. Like people don't like it that aren't Nebraska fans. Who else would you want him to emulate his game after? Like, I love it that he's looked up to somebody, and it's the best in the NFL right now. So I think it's incredible, and I think it's great for him. I have a question about the other quarterback, because you talked to Bryce Underwood as well. What version are we going to get? Because the first two games, it felt like the training wheels were on a little bit. And then against Central Michigan, they let him cut it loose a little bit. And a lot of Michigan fans saying, oh, finally, Chip Lindsey without Sharon Moore, like got to kind of just free him up a little bit. Do you think we see that carry over?
I honestly don't think it was a Sharon Moore situation, the fact that he was not on the sideline last week. I think it was, you know, there were no designed runs for Bryce in those first two games, and I asked him about that, and he said, listen, they understand I'm a freshman coming in here. They want me to be comfortable. They want me to go out there and have, you know, an easier game plan to start it off. And then after the first 2 weeks, the coaches said, all right, I think he's good to go. So now he has the full green light. But I think it's more of just getting him the reps and getting comfortable with the game than the fact that Moore is not on the sideline.
Well, I'll say this. It might not be a coaching change situation, but I have to think that the way that Biff Poggi has been talking about Bryce in the media, that has to give you confidence as a player, especially as a young freshman, that they want to be a freshman. Comments like that, calling him Batman, saying he's coached by a golden retriever, that has to instill a sort of confidence in you that you can go out and take over a game. Did you get that vibe?
I totally got that vibe, and I will say something, too. You know, I've been doing this job for quite some time, and typically most schools will not let you talk to freshmen. They don't care who it is. If it's the star of the team, they want to give those freshmen just time to get some media training, get ready to be in the spotlight. I had a long conversation with Bryce Underwood, and there's a reason why. The kid is confident. I think it does play into the fact that Biff is there kind of picking him up and giving him that confidence. Sharon and Biff, two very different coaches, two very different coaching styles. And talking to Biff, his goal this whole time has been, I want these players to know how loved and supported they are, which isn't typical coach speak when it comes down to it, right?
Jenny, when you look at your Saturdays, every Saturday you're in the pinnacle of college football in terms of pageantry, tradition, the whole nine. What are your expectations for this environment?
I mean, if this is just the start of it, first of all, shout out to the cheerleaders over here.
Yeah. And it's early.
It's early, guys. I mean, 406 consecutive sellouts today. I have heard that this place gets wild. So I cannot wait to see what it's like down there on the field. All the players that I've talked to on both sides, both with Michigan and, of course, Nebraska, have talked about the environment here and how difficult it is as an incoming team to come and compete here. And I can't wait to hear what it sounds like.
I want to know, so I need a little advice for you, because we were in Florida State, we were in Tallahassee, and after the game, they rushed the field, right? And it was mayhem. Like, I lost a daughter for about 20 minutes. My wife lost herself. Right? I mean, I got stepped on. But as a sideline reporter, like, you've got to track down the winning coach in that mayhem. Is there a game plan going into that? Like, are you attached to, like, sprinting out there? How does that unfold?
You will see the fastest sprint of your life. I mean, I have just eyes right on the coach, and it's like you get there right at the handshake. Handshake happens, and you got to grab him, or you're done. I mean, that happened on the field when I was covering the Tennessee-Alabama game in Knoxville and trying to get Josh Heupel in a sea of 100,000 fans. Now, the question is, if and when maybe Nebraska wins. Are you guys rushing the field or?
Oh, we see.
I don't know.
I know. There's a thought process from some fan bases. It's like, well, we're Nebraska. We
belong here.
Multiple national championships.
Like you've been there before.
Wait a minute.
Exactly.
But how long was that?
Exactly.
That's my fans were not even born. And to Will Compton's point, he said it wouldn't be storming the field because you beat Michigan. It would be storming the field because, yes, we're almost back to the promised land again. I think that's very, very significant in terms of why fans storm the field. And also, too, that's college football.
It's a sense of pride.
It's a college football. You don't storm the field in NFL, but in college football, it's a different game. So you should be able to if you want to.
So if this happens and there is a storming of the field, Emily, I don't count you in on this, but will you guys be my bodyguards and make sure I get off stage?
Absolutely.
Okay. I think that's a set plan. Get out of here.
No. You want to know what happened? No. You want to know what happened to me in the crowd storming against FSU? Now, granted, that was probably the worst place I could have been for a crowd storm.
That was a little rough for you.
There were 3 police officers that had to come grab me and pull me to the side and just be like, "We need to get you out of this."
Were you trying to swing at fans?
I was trying to find them. We had a post-game hit, and I couldn't find nobody. I was lost in a sea of Seminoles, and it was not
your nightmare.
So, with that being said, there won't be no more on the field.
All right, I got my guys.
I'm there for it.
Now, that leads me to another question for you, though, Jenny Dell.
Yes.
What is the craziest experience you've had, or the craziest thing that's happened to you while being in the midst of a field storm?
So that Tennessee game, I probably have to go back to that. After I handed Josh Heupel some cigars, my producer, Craig Silver, got in my ear, and he said, all right, we got to get a player to interview. And I remember jumping up and down like a puppy dog, being like, I can't see any players. There's too many fans out here. And he was like, just get off the field. And as I'm going off the field, the goalposts coming down. I mean, that was just, hey, if we can get that today, I am all in.
You talked to Dolly Parton that game, too?
That was a different game. But a lot of good Tennessee moments, I got to say. Hopefully Nebraska can live up to that. I think they might.
First time here. So excited. Be safe tonight.
Thank you.
Have a great game. Looking forward to hearing Jenny on the call for the big-time game of the week between number 21 Michigan and Nebraska. But it is a doubleheader Saturday here on CBS Sports HQ. We've also got the Apple Cup on our air. We'll talk about that game, and maybe we'll speak with the head coach, Jed Fish, coming up. You'll have to find out next on HQ.
Here we go. The 2025 CBS Sports NFL schedule is here. 18 glorious Sundays.
He's got his receiver touchdown.
Filled with rematches.
Oh, the play of the year.
And rivalries.
Touchdown, Bengals.
Plus, plenty of superstar showdowns. And an epic matchup between the Chiefs and Cowboys on Thanksgiving. Clear your Sundays beginning September 7th for the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
You can't count on accurate expiration dates.
That is a rookie mistake.
Or the kindness of strangers. But you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS, streaming on Paramount Plus.
This could be the greatest opportunity in my life, and it comes with danger.
Well, I bet ain't nobody seen that coming.
Tulsa King, new season streaming September 21st, exclusively on Paramount Plus.
Warden, I sway in these walls.
This is my castle now. Do we understand each other?
Mayor of Kingstown, new season streaming October 26th on Paramount Plus.
When he first came out of prison, I thought, maybe I'll get my dad back, even after everything that happened. So much for second chances, eh?
Tonight's the night. And it's going to happen again. Has to happen.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Dexter. What do you think? Tonight's the night.
Stream every Dexter episode ever, exclusively on Paramount Plus.
Give me 5. Now, down low.
Why would you do that?
Because you are too slow.
This is Chicago. Streets always gonna have a villain.
To protect the city, we have to do something. Women, it's time to get to work.
The Shy. All episodes now streaming on the Paramount Plus Premium plan.
They're underway, and there's some massive clash at City Eye. Superb finish. Picks up.
Unbelievable strike.
And then surely they score that tornado.
Watch Serie A all season long, streaming on Paramount Plus.
You can't count on Derek's tongue skills.
Oh, Tony, I think it hit the ground.
But you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
$66-7 at Purdue last season. That's the largest home loss in Purdue history. The next one kind of makes me sad, guys. The last scheduled iron skillet between SMU and TCU. These teams are about to meet for the 104th time. 44 miles separate the schools. Let's do the right thing, everybody. Let's bring this game back. And up in the Pacific Northwest, the Civil War, Oregon State, the battle for the Platypus Trophy. These teams have been playing since 1894, and today is the 129th meeting. And the Apple Cup. It's a little sour these days thanks to conference realignment, but a bitter taste makes for a sweet showdown. And as far as what we should expect from the 117th meeting of Washington State, Washington, I know just who to ask. How about Huskies head coach Jed Fish joining us here on College Football Pregame? Coach, we are so excited for you to be here. I want to know about this rivalry. Just what does it mean to the state of Washington?
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge game. I mean, the governor kicked out the trophy. This is one in which isn't, we don't take it for granted. We had a tough one last year against them. It's 2-2 the last 4 years. And we know it's how important it is to our fan base. You know how important it is to the state of Washington.
Jedi, my guy, it's been a long time since we ran into each other. For those of y'all that don't know, me and Jedi spent some time together in New England with the Patriots. And when I tell you this was my guy, this was my guy. Now, I do want to ask you something on a serious note. With you guys being 20.5-point favorites today, it's a rivalry game. It's a battle for the state of Washington. How do you motivate your players knowing you're going up against potentially a lesser opponent when all the odds are with you and against Washington State? How do you motivate your team?
Good to see you, person. For sure. I would say this. I would say, the biggest motivation is the fact that they have the Apple Cup and we don't. And really, the points don't matter. It doesn't matter. For us, we wound up. We got stopped on the 1-yard line last year in a 5-point game, and that alone is enough motivation for us. And we're coming off of a bye week. We had a couple good games to start, but this was on the road. We know how important it is to all of our fans and to our team and our locker.
Coach, I feel like you guys might have the best kept secret in college football at your quarterback, Damon Williams. He picked up where he left off at the end of last year. He started off clean, just 2 games. Where have you seen him kind of improve in the steps forward that he's taken here and his first time as a full-time starter?
Yeah, I told Damon and I told our offense, I said, the biggest thing about us right now is we've played every game at 11 p.m. Eastern time. So we needed to play a little bit earlier like we're doing this week. And we're on CBS now 2 weeks in a row. And this is a great opportunity for us to get hopefully some respect. And I think Damon is a fantastic player. He does everything right. He's completing 75% of his passes. He's been very good protecting the football. I think he's thrown 1 interception in his college career, and I think 15 or 16 touchdowns. And he's a kid that can just do about everything with his legs and with his arm. So it'll be fun to see how he does this week against a better opponent than we've had so far this season.
We are looking forward to watching him on display on national television on CBS. Coach Jed Fish, thank you so much for joining us here on College Football Pregame.
All right.
We can't wait for the doubleheader on CBS Sports, the late Washington versus Washington State. You can watch that on 7:30 on CBS or streaming on Paramount Plus. We are about a half an hour away from some of these noon kickoffs in college football. Yeah, there's a lot happening in the sport. We've got some ranked on ranked matchups. That first one, we've talked about how it's pretty early in Utah between Texas Tech and Utah. Guys, it's a 10 a.m. kickoff for them. How much does that play into this game, Danny?
It's the worst. Like, I hate this. I hate it for the fans because they have to get up even earlier than the people out here have gotten up. And for the players, I don't know about you guys, but in college, I wasn't fully awakened until well after noon.
What time are you getting to the game?
I mean, they're probably having their pregame meal at 6 a.m.
Yep.
You know, that's 4 hours before the game. They got to get up and out of bed. And then, you know, on the bus ride into the stadium, you're probably falling asleep, getting a quick nap on the way in there. And I think that's going to be the challenge for both of these coaches is to get their players up and ready to go when kickoff hits there. And it's going to be an exciting atmosphere, but it's just your body clock is not used to it. I know a lot of teams practice in the morning nowadays, which helps a little bit, but still, to have that 6 a.m. start when your body's waking up, I would expect a little bit of a sluggish start for both of these teams early in this game.
But can I say this? This is the other side of the coin, though, because if you're one of these head coaches, you learn a lot about your team. Yeah. If your team comes out and plays fast, whether it's offensively, defensively, special teams, you know you've got a good football team. You want to have a team full of guys that can go out and compete regardless of the time, regardless of the place, regardless of the circumstance, and go out and put a good brand of football. So which coach is going to get his team ready? We'll see.
Right. This is college football malpractice. Honestly, in terms of the players, and what about the fans? What about the tailgating experience? What about the experience of getting up and getting prepared for a game? If kickoff is at 10 a.m. their time, I mean, as a tailgater, you got to get there at 7. I mean, they won't even be drunk because they got to drink coffee. Like, that's the college football experience.
Now, B-Mac, you don't know nobody that put a little something in their coffee, though?
I don't know. I don't partake in the devil's nectar. I don't know.
But I said you might know somebody who do.
You're right. That's the part of the college football experience, the tailgating, mingling with the enemy for a short period of time before you get into the stadium and you root against them. Like, what are you doing? And this is a ranked matchup.
That's the worst part of it, a ranked matchup.
I want to know about just the game. It's going to happen. They might be a little sleepy to start.
Yeah.
But what do we think about these two teams, B-Mac?
I mean, Utah, they're back where they're supposed to be. Mm-hmm. Last year was a bit of a letdown because of injuries and just the bad luck of the game, the ball not bouncing their way. But they're back. Utah has always been a formidable program that competes and play the right way, and they do more with less in terms of talent, 5 stars and 4 stars. Texas Tech, they're here because, of course, they made it known. We want to play. We want to pay to play. And they have paid handsomely to be in this position. Now it's time for the money players to stand up, right? You're talking about all the NIL resources Texas Tech has. Now it's time for the money players to stand up, and I think this is going to be a high-level matchup. And you said something earlier I think is very, very important. These two teams can play again in the Big 12 championship game because I think both teams have that type of aspiration.
Keep an eye, too, on the Heisman impact in this game. Devin Dampierre, the quarterback for Utah, and Baron Morton, the quarterback for Texas Tech, both have put up statistics that have them in the conversation. We always look for Heisman moments, those big games that are coming down to the fourth quarter. I think this is a game that should come down to the fourth quarter. They're both playing incredibly high-level football right now. Could be a little Heisman race moment for one of these two quarterbacks. Yeah.
In the ACC, we have a very orange matchup when Syracuse takes on Clemson.
Oh, boy.
This Clemson team was a top 4 team in the preseason coming into the season, and now they're off to their worst 3-game start in 2014. Amon, what does Clemson need to do to get right today?
Well, right now, just take it one game at a time. So right now, this is the #1 game on their schedule. Go out there, make sure offense, defense, special teams go do their job to come away to win because they got the players. They have the coaches to do it. It just sometimes the season gets ahead of you, right? It starts way faster than you expected. Teams come in a little bit more prepared than you expected as a coach staff. Sometimes you do get out coached and you get outplayed as players sometimes. But on the flip side of it, that's where you become a college coach. That's where you become now a college football player. Look, like, all right, we're behind the 8 ball. Let's go out here and just take it one play at a time. Don't try to win the game all in one play and do that. And then we could get everything back in rhythm. But you got to do that one step at a time.
Speaking of coaches, Danny, did you hear what Dabo had to say this week?
For 53 minutes, Dabo Swinney stood at the podium and called out everybody. He called out his own fan base, said, hey, if you want to get rid of me, get rid of me. But he did remind everybody of the pedigree that is at Clemson.
I was going to go over to that. Is that okay?
Has been left for dead before. There's something different about this team. They have been the biggest disappointment early in the season. I would say it starts around their quarterback, Cade Klubnik, who even Dabo said he needs to play better. He's been without his best wide receiver in Antonio Williams. This is a game where you're a heavy favorite. I want to see Clemson start to put their foot down and say, you know what? We're tired of all the critics. We're tired of everyone doubting us, and let's show people what we can do. But I need to see it because we thought we were going to get that against Troy, and they looked up at the scoreboard and they're down 16-0 at halftime. They need to go show people that they were the team they thought we were coming into the season against Syracuse.
Can I say something real quick? We are in a day and era of college football where pedigree don't matter no more.
Exactly.
Clemson fans do not care. That whole 53-minute spiel where he's talking about, okay, yeah, get rid of me, but these championships are coming with me. These, this, that. We are at a pivotal time to where we know this saying. This is a production-based business. Now is a time more than ever when you've got transfer portal, when you've got NIL. It's win-now mentality. So for Dabo Swinney, for Clemson, you got to stop living in the past and start delivering in the present.
All right, looking forward to that game and many great matchups across week 4 of college football. And if your team's not playing today, don't worry. Mackenzie has a play for you. She's with some fans. Have to see what they have to say next. Stick with us on HQ. Woo!
Go Big Red!
Here we go. The 2025 CBS Sports NFL schedule is here. 18 glorious Sundays.
He's got his receiver touchdown!
Filled with rematches.
Oh, the play of the year!
And rivalries.
Touchdown, Bengals!
Plus, plenty of superstar showdowns. And an epic matchup between the Chiefs and Cowboys on Thanksgiving. Clear your Sundays beginning September 7th for the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
You can't count on accurate expiration dates.
No, that is a rookie mistake.
Or the kindness of strangers. But you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS, streaming on Paramount Plus.
This could be the greatest opportunity in my life, and it comes with danger.
Well, I bet ain't nobody seen that coming.
Tulsa King, new season streaming September 21st, exclusively on Paramount Plus.
Warden, I sway in these walls.
This is my castle now. Do we understand each other?
Mayor of Kingstown, new season streaming October 26th on Paramount Plus.
When he first came out of prison, I thought, maybe I'll get my dad back, even after everything that happened. So much for second chances, eh?
Tonight's the night. And it's going to happen again. Has to happen.
Surprise,
Dexter. What do you think? Tonight's the night.
Stream every Dexter episode ever, exclusively on Paramount Plus.
Give me 5. Now, down low.
Why would you do that?
Because you are too slow.
This is Chicago. Streets always gonna have a villain.
To protect the city, we have to do something. Women, it's time to get to work.
The Shot. All episodes now streaming of the Paramount Plus Premium plan.
They're underway, and there's some massive clash at City On. Superb finish.
Unbelievable strike.
And then surely they score that touchdown.
Watch Serie A all season long, streaming on Paramount Plus.
You can't count on Derek's tongue skills.
Oh, Tony, I think it hit the ground.
But you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
Back here on College Football Pregame, we are presented by FanDuel Sportsbook. Play your game. Every FanDuel customer gets a shot to boost their college football winnings with a Boostin' with the Boys parlay profit boost. All you got to do is claim your boost and apply it to your bet for a shot at even bigger winnings. Download the app now. to get started. Let's go to Mackenzie Brooks for a parlay pick with some very special guests.
Yes,
Mackenzie?
we have some fans with us, Emily. Connor and Mike here, helping me build a nice 3-leg FanDuel parlay. I'm going to start us off. I'm going to take Notre Dame minus a 25.5 against Purdue. It's all about style points for Notre Dame from here on out, and they will not be taking any breaks. Mike, hit us with our second leg of the parlay.
We're going to go with Arizona State. They arguably have one of the best quarterbacks with Sam Leavitt, and Jordan Tyson's the best receiver, arguably, in the NCAA. And we're going Arizona State money line.
Love it, love it. And Connor, for our third and final leg, let's keep it simple here.
We got Nebraska. Go Big Red.
Let's go. And we have 3 legs paying out plus 700 with the fan parlay. Back to you guys, Em.
I like it. I feel good about that. We're going to give you our parlay now. And no, it has not hit yet this season. This is our week. This is when it happens. Once again, I'm starting us off with the automatic winner. It has not won yet. How about Texas Tech plus 1.5 first half at minus 120? Texas Tech is outscoring opponents 123-0 in the first half. And we saw what Utah did against Wyoming, only 3-0 at the half last week. Could be a sleepy start. We have exhausted that conversation, to pun absolutely intended. So give me Texas Tech first half at plus 1.5.
I like it. I like it. Give me Oklahoma money line. First of all, they're playing in Norman. Second of all, John Mateer looks like one of the best quarterbacks in college football. He has soared up the Heisman draft boards. And on top of that, this Auburn defense has shown a lot of holes and weakness in their secondary. I think John Mateer attacks that. I think he uses legs. I think the game, the emotions of the return to Norman are too much for Jackson Arnold. I don't think Auburn gets it done today. Give me Oklahoma money line.
Nice. All right. Of course, I got Nebraska, Michigan here. I got the under 47.5. So I see it. It's going to be, you got Underwood, still freshman coming in, trying to play in a big environment. Dylan has the experience, but I believe defense is going to be on both sides playing up. Michigan has a good stopping defense right there. So right there with the defensive side of the ball, I think it's going to be a low score in the first half and second half. That's why I have the 47.5.
I got a lot of great value in my pick. Great value. I'm taking an underdog. But I don't want the points. I don't want 1 point. I don't want a half a point. I want them straight up. I'm taking Big Red, Nebraska, to take care of their business. And one thing you got to understand about this situation here in this environment, this is what college football is about, right? This type of environment is going to be electric. You have a young 18-year-old, a teenager, coming into this building. You have to make sure he is uncomfortable. And I said this in Tallahassee, and I'll say it again.
Here we go.
There's 2 things you look for in a football game.
Here we go.
Help or hell. And today, Nebraska will be delivering hell. Woo! Give me Nebraska.
Do you guys realize there is a lot of ties between our alma mater and the Nebraska Cornhuskers? And there is a team that we haven't talked about today very much. It is the Florida State Seminoles, who won the 1993 national title by beating the Nebraska Cornhuskers. But I do think we owe you one because it spurred you guys to win the next 2. So it kind of woke up that Nebraska team. I'm going to take the Florida State Seminoles today against Kent State, and it's a big number, 44.5. Lay them. It's not going to be a sweat at all. That's right. Big time blowout.
Danny getting booze here. I like it. All right.
I might have been one of them.
Best of luck if you were taking this. I know our Danny Cannell is firing that in his phone right now. Just a reminder, every FanDuel customer gets a shot to boost their college football winnings with a Boostin' with the Boys Parlay Profit Boost. All you got to do, claim your boost, apply it to your bet for an even bigger shot at winnings. Download the app now to get started. So those were our parlay picks. How about game picks? We're going across the sport of college football, bringing you our best bets. That's next on College Football Pregame on HQ.
Here we go. The 2025 CBS Sports NFL schedule is here. 18 glorious Sundays.
He's got his receiver touchdown.
Filled with rematches.
Oh, the play of the year.
And rivalries.
Touchdown, Bengals.
Plus, plenty of superstar showdowns. And an epic matchup between the Chiefs and Cowboys on Thanksgiving. Clear your Sundays beginning September 7th for the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
You can't count on accurate expiration dates.
That is a rookie mistake.
Or the kindness of strangers. But you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS streaming on Paramount Plus.
This could be the greatest opportunity in my life, and it comes with danger. Well, I bet ain't nobody seen that coming.
Tulsa King, new season streaming September 21st, exclusively on Paramount Plus.
Warden, I have sway in these walls.
This is my castle now. Do we understand each other?
Mayor of Kingstown, new season streaming October 26th on Paramount Plus.
When he first came out of prison, I thought, maybe I'll get my dad back, even after everything that happened. So much for second chances, eh?
Tonight's the night. And it's going to happen again. Has to happen.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Dexter. What do you think? Tonight's the night.
Stream every Dexter episode ever, exclusively on Paramount Plus.
Give me 5. Now, down low.
Why would you do that?
Because you are too slow.
This is Chicago.
Streets always gonna have a villain.
To protect the city, we have to do something. Women, it's time to get to work.
The Shot. All episodes now streaming of the Paramount Plus Premium plan.
They're underway, and there's some massive clash at City Eye. Superb finish.
Unbelievable strike.
And then surely they score that tornado.
Watch Serie A all season long, streaming on Paramount Plus.
You can't count on Derek's tonk skills.
Oh, Tony, I think it hit the ground.
But you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
Back here live from Lincoln, Nebraska. The fans are out in full force. We are so glad that they are here to help us pick some of these games happening week 4 college football Saturday action. Let's start with number 17, Texas Tech, at number 16, Utah. Damian, who you got?
I'm going to go with Utah, and this is why. Utah is a program that is known for being good in the trenches. Kyle Whittingham, he knows this job like the back of his hand. I think it's too much for Texas Tech. I think Texas Tech is on the rise, but Utah, I think today is their day. They get a win.
All right, 100% there. Piggybacking on that, Utah as well as my pick. So a team that has always shown their competitiveness throughout the years and getting better. You know, the defense, offense, and then having the tools to do it, having always a good quarterback to do the lead. So right there, Utah.
I'm picking up what you guys are putting down. I like the Utes as well. The difference in quarterbacks in this game, one is mobile, one is a strictly pocket passer. Baron Morton, I think he gets pressured. I think Devin Dampier shines. Give me the Utes playing at home.
Well, you know what? I don't mind sitting on that mountain by myself. I am a lone wolf. I'm taking the money team, and I'm not talking about Floyd Mayweather. I'm talking about Texas Tech. You talked about Baron Morton. He is going to have a video game-like day today. They're going to throw it around the yard. Like I said, I am the lone wolf. Last time I checked, there are more people at the bottom of the mountain than at the top. I'm at the top.
All right, how about the Jackson Arnold revenge game between Auburn and Oklahoma? Who you got?
I like the Sooners. They're at home. They've got the better quarterback. I think they have the better defense. And when you look at football, it's really simple. You got good quarterback play. You play better defense. I think that Oklahoma, they're not as good at running the football as Auburn. But with those three things that they do have, I like Oklahoma today.
All right. Well, so the only time you see this Cornhusker pick a Sooner in anything right now matchup. So I'm going to go Oklahoma because I like Mateer in his game. He uses his legs. He's a great passer as well. And then he has a little bit of a run game and some defense out there. So Oklahoma Sooners, and that's the only time right now you'll see this happen with the Cornhuskers.
Well, it's 3 for me. Lockstep unity. I'm taking OU. I think being at home is very beneficial for them. And just Brent Venables being able to coach and call the defense, really seeing how impactful that has been with them defensively. And I don't know how good this Auburn team is right now. And I don't think we're going to find out today. I think they're going to struggle. Give me the Sooners.
UNITY.
It's a unity.
It is.
Take your screenshot.
It makes me nervous, though, because everyone's on Oklahoma. Auburn could be, kind of laying in the weeds here. But I'm with you. Jackson Arnold still has not thrown the ball very well. He's been able to run the ball pretty effectively, but I don't think he does it against his old team in the Oklahoma Sooners.
All right. We have a big Big Ten game here, but there's another big one between ranked opponents. First time that Illinois and Indiana are meeting as ranked opponents. So who wins this game?
This was splitting hairs for me, Emily Proud, but I go with Indiana because I love the way Mendoza has been playing the quarterback position. Efficient, he takes care of the football, he doesn't turn it over, and we've seen when Curt Cignetti has a quarterback that does those things, they can be successful. I think they get a win today.
All right, and I'm going with Illinois for this pick. Watching Belima, I know him from the Wisconsin days. He's a guy that knows how to manage an offense. When he has a good quarterback, he has a good run game, and he has a good offensive lineman to block downfield and knows how to drain that clock. So he just knows those situational spots that he needs to do as a head coach to make decisions and even help out the defense on the side of the ball. So with that leadership right there, that's where I'll go with Illinois.
You talked about the leadership at the coaching side with Illinois. What about the quarterback in terms of his starts, the experience that he has? I think that's going to show up wonderful. You talked about Indiana. They haven't played anybody. They've been playing JV teams. Now it's Friday night football, and the varsity plays on Friday night, even though it's Saturday. You get what I'm putting down. So give me Illinois.
I'm with you. I feel like I know more about Illinois because they did go on the road, and they smoked Duke. It was not close. Forced 5 turnovers in that game. Luke Altmaier, I think their run game, I'd like to see it get a little bit better, but the short pass game has been what's worked efficiently for them. I'll trust that again. I'm going with Illinois, too.
It's some Sunshine State pride on the line when Florida faces number 4 Miami. Who wins this football game?
They're not back, but they win today. Big, Miami.
Oh, yeah. So I'm going to go Miami as well. They got home field advantage right there, and that's all it really takes to go down there. And it's a rivalry game. These are one of the games that still teams get up for every time as fans and as players. So when this game happens down there in Miami, I think the Hurricanes going to cause some destruction.
All right. I'm taking Miami straight up. But I got to quote the great American poet here, Lil Wayne. Even when a wolf cries, you still can see his teeth. Meaning at its most vulnerable moment, they're still deadly. Be mindful of Florida covering this spread, but I'm taking Miami money line.
I'm with you guys on Miami, but I think Florida keeps it close. I'll take Florida with the points in this one. Their defense has played well enough to be undefeated right now. I think Jaden Ball, they're going to see a heavy dose of that run game, take some of the pressure off of DJ Lagway's shoulders. I think Miami wins, but I think it's a much closer game than the odds makers think.
There is only one game left to pick, and that is the one here in Lincoln, Nebraska, between number 21 Michigan and your Cornhuskers. Oh, you got to stand for this one, Damien.
I got to stand for this. We've been practicing all day, right?
Got it.
Now might be the time for it.
Yes.
Hold on, are we ready?
Yes.
Go Big Red!
Give me the Michigan Wolverine! Wolverine! Give me Batman!
What?
Give me Biff Poggi!
Oh, my God.
Give me the Michigan Wolverines. If you didn't notice, I got the Navy.
You got your blue on.
It might not be me, but it's close enough. Give me the Michigan Wolverines and Batman himself, Mr. Bryce Underwood.
What?
Amon, what do you have to say about that?
Well, I'm the original Batman.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say that.
Yeah.
And we going, ladies, you ready to do that again?
Yeah.
Ready? On 1, on 2, on 3. Go Big Red! Go Big Red!
All right.
Got my Husker going. Good time.
Hey, you know how I feel. They know how I feel.
Exactly.
2 things you look for in the football game, help or hell. And Nebraska ain't looking for help tonight. Give me the Cornhuskers.
Woo, man. So Michigan, they come in with a more experienced team. They've had a national championship just 2 years ago. Bryce Underwood's looking for his signature win. But I've heard this cheer a couple times, and I heard some numbers that were given into it. I heard like a 6.5 start off, and we got to 7.5. You know who hasn't been able to do it yet? I haven't. Give me the Cornhuskers, and let me show you guys how it's done. All right, here we go.
Go Big Red!
Oh, Big Red!
Hey, without the crowd, that was like a 7.5.
There you have it. Michigan at at Nebraska, you can watch today on CBS, streaming on Paramount Plus at 3:30. It's big time. More HQ on the other side.
Here we go. The 2025 CBS Sports NFL schedule is here. 18 glorious Sundays.
He's got his receiver touchdown.
Filled with rematches.
Oh, the play of the year.
And rivalries.
Touchdown, Bengals.
Plus, plenty of superstar showdowns. And an epic matchup between the Chiefs and Cowboys on Thanksgiving. Clear your Sundays beginning September 7th for the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
You can't count on accurate expiration dates.
That is a rookie mistake.
Or the kindness of strangers. But you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS, streaming on Paramount Plus.
This could be the greatest opportunity in my life, and it comes with danger.
Well, I bet ain't nobody seen that coming.
Tulsa King, new season streaming September 21st, exclusively on Paramount Plus.
Warden, I sway in these walls.
This is my castle now. Do we understand each other?
Mayor of Kingstown, new season streaming October 26th on Paramount Plus.
When he first came out of prison, I thought, maybe I'll get my dad back, even after everything that happened. So much for second chances, eh?
Tonight's the night. And it's going to happen again. Has to happen.
Surprise, mother...
Dexter. What do you think? Tonight's the night.
Stream every Dexter episode ever, exclusively on Paramount Plus.
Give me 5. Now, down low.
Why would you do that?
Because you are too slow.
This is Chicago.
Street's always gonna have a villain.
To protect the city, we have to do something. Women, it's time to get to work.
The Shot. All episodes now streaming on the Paramount Plus premium plan.
They're underway, and there's a massive clash at City High. Superb finish. Mix up.
Unbelievable strike.
And then surely the Scudetto now.
Watch Serie A all season long, streaming on Paramount Plus.
You can't count on Derek's taunt skills.
Oh, Tony, I think it hit the ground.
But you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
Back here on college football pregame presented by FanDuel. We are live at the Rail Yard in Lincoln, Nebraska. We'll have a full hour walk-up starting at 1:30 live from this desk to get you ready to go for Michigan at Nebraska. But I need to introduce our next guest because you might know him as an aspiring podcaster, but he's probably more well-known as the head coach of the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Here is a sit-down conversation with Matt Rhule.
All right, here we are with head football coach of the Nebraska Cornhuskers, Matt Rhule, but more importantly, world-renowned podcaster. I mean, we got to watch out for our jobs over here just in case, one day, things down the road. Are you enjoying having a little voice in the media?
I actually have. I got to the offseason, I was like, I do this a lot. I'm on a lot of people's podcasts. I said, we should do something through us. It's been really cool. We do a segment each week with a player, and we're able to get them a little NIL money for coming on there, so it's a way to take care of our guys and talk about football. But I don't think your jobs are at risk. I think I'm hopefully a much better coach than I am podcaster.
Now, I want to ask you. So, a lot of coaches, they like to stay out of the media. They tell their players to stay out of the media. Less is more. But for you, a coach who has a podcast, talk about breaking that narrative a little bit.
I think it's what you have to do nowadays. I mean, and you understand, if you lose a game, everyone's going to come after you. Hey, you should be coaching, but. This is the world we're in now. These players are paying attention to brand. They're paying attention to who's in the media. I mean, you walk around Lincoln, Nebraska. This is a huge thing. Nebraska football. I want it to be a huge thing nationwide, and the quickest way to do that is through content. And so we release behind the scenes stuff. We release locker room stuff. We never want to violate the sanctity of the locker room. But I tell you what, I had a kid commit to me last week, and his mom said, I watch everything you do. I trust you. I want you to coach my son. And if I just let it be like what they see on the sidelines, I might be throwing my headset. I might be acting the fool. This is a chance to really get there and kind of share what we're building here to the people outside.
Hey, Coach, when you look at your previous 2 collegiate stops, Temple and Baylor, year 3 for you is when the team soared. And the expectations are the same here. When you look at getting off to a really good start so far, what is it about you in terms of creating that foundation where year 3 is really a pivotal year in terms of success?
Well, I would say it's a couple things. The real answer, the honest answer is we take over jobs that aren't very good. Like some guys take over like a team that just, won 10, 11 games, and they win 10, 11 games. And I probably should have tried that at some point, but those guys never wanted to hire me. So I took over Temple, and we were moving up conferences. I took over Baylor, and there was this huge scandal. I came here, and they hadn't been to a bowl game since 2016. Think about that, Nebraska.
Yeah.
And so part of it is like getting the players in, getting them developed, like, playing young. We played a freshman quarterback at each of the 3 stops, so it takes them some time to develop, takes the guys around them time to develop. But I also think it's when the players start taking over. Like I come in, I think our staff are pretty detailed. We're demanding. At first, they're kind of like, "What is this?" Then the second year, it starts to work a little bit, and they're like, "Okay, I'm gonna buy into this." And then in the third year, like, I don't have to say anything to our guys. Like they know you have to practice. They know you have to lift. They know you have to do these things because they're seeing it start to work, and they buy into it. So I've enjoyed the previous 2 years. Year 3, we're expecting big things, but I will say this to you: the best job we did at any of those places was in year 1. When we were 1-11 at Baylor, we coached our tails off. When we were 2-10 at Temple, then every day getting the guys' minds right. Our first year here, 4-game losing streak to end the season, that was tough. But I think when the players see you don't change up on them, you're going to be who you said you were, then they're more loyal to you moving forward.
You mentioned some of those young quarterbacks you've had. Dylan was young last year. Now he's got a year under his belt. I thought it was huge that he had Dana come in last year and take over the system, get those extra kind of reps working with him on a weekly basis. How have you seen kind of their relationship evolve as a play caller and quarterback to where they're at a point where you can expect the success to continue?
Yeah, I think there's an unbelievable give and take between the two of them. I think Dana really respects the work Dylan puts in. It's one thing to be talented; it's another thing to put in work. I mean, I was at the Crawford fight after the game last Saturday. I got on the plane, took my wife there, and he's sending me a picture of his whiteboard in his house, and he's watching Michigan. Now he went out with the O-line afterwards, took him to a concert. I mean, he did what college students are supposed to do, but he puts the work in. And I've always told our players, like, I'll listen to your opinion. If you put the work in, I'll listen to you. And we listened to Dylan. At the same time, Dylan trusts Dana, and so they have this great back and forth. If Dylan says, "Hey, I want to double move this corner," you're probably going to see a double move. I mean, Dana's going to let it fly. I'm more of an old school, like, don't beat yourself, run the football. And I'm out there, it's 3rd and 1, we're throwing shots. I'm like on the sideline, like, but it's good. It's what I needed. I needed to evolve as a coach and say, let's do it. I got a quarterback that loves to risk it. I got an OC that loves to risk it. It's working.
It sounds like, when I'm listening to you talk, whether it's about Dylan, whether it's about yourself or your team in general, accountability is the word that keeps coming to my mind, right? You're talking about guys, they know what the practice routine is. They know they got to come in and lift. And teams that are led by players are often the best teams. So how do you see that accountability factor that's really working for your team right now? How does that translate to winning football games?
Well, we said to our guys, like, hey, ownership is the biggest thing. Like, I can hold you accountable, but when you own it and you hold yourself accountable, great things happen. We all know when we messed up. Like, just be a man and be like, hey, that's on me. All right, we don't need to spend 2 hours. Like, in the first year, I'm out there, like, yelling, screaming, this ain't the process. We don't need that at this point. And so they said they wanted to be player-led. I said, all right, do it. Like, don't do it when it's convenient. I don't need a bunch of speeches. Like, you step in when the guys aren't showing up in the summer to throw. Step up then. And as a result, the guys have been taking those reps. And so you get to the season, you have some success. Maybe you have some adversity. It's the guys in the locker room, what they're saying to each other, not what they're saying with the cameras on, not what they're saying in front of me, what they're saying to each other. That's what really matters. And they knew that's what the step they needed to take, and they've been taking it. You'll need it in this game. Like, this isn't going to be 69-0 like it's been the last couple of weeks, 67-7, whatever we've been doing. This is a battle. And are you going to panic on the sidelines? Are you going to start looking at the scoreboard? Or are you going to just be like, hey, play the next play? Come on, this is what we do. And I think they're wired the right way as a result.
You talked about how dominant you guys have been, one thing that really stuck out to me, being a former athlete and being coached a certain way, was 2 weeks ago, the halftime speech. I mean, you guys were blowing out, I think it was Akron, if I'm not mistaken, and you just went into your team.
It was 33-0.
33-0. Yeah. 33-0. And I know a lot of people are casual fans saying, what's Coach Rule doing? But for me, and I know you guys feel the same way, he saw something, and you wanted to go ahead and efface it out of the locker room. But what led to that moment, and how did your guys respond to that?
Well, it goes back to the year 3 thing. Like, these are my guys. Like, I'm not their coach. These are they're my family. Like, I love these guys. And so what's the best thing a coach can do? He can believe in you and say, I don't want you to be average. Like, don't be average. Like, don't. And that's what we've been doing here. We get up in a game, and then we just kind of coast. And then next, like, we were up 28-0 last year on Colorado. It finishes out 28-7, 20, whatever it did. But we didn't have a killer instinct. We didn't put them away. And so my job is to, when I see it, I don't always want to be like that. Sometimes you just want to be, all right, let's just relax here. But my job, not Matt, Coach Rule's job, is to say, hey, this isn't good enough. And we went down at the end of the half. They moved the ball down against us, almost kicked a field goal. I know what's coming. I know the Big Ten's coming. I know these teams are coming. And we had better have a mindset of put people away and just not being average. And so, I didn't call anyone out by name. I didn't say, hey, you're this, you're that. That was just to the team, like, who do you want to be? Because I believe that the University of Nebraska was built on that mindset of when we're trying to beat you into the ground and then shake your hand after the game. We haven't been that way lately. We got to bring that back. It happens on the field, but also happens in those moments where good is not good enough.
That reminds me of Nick Saban, because there were so many times when we would be up in a game against a Mercer, against a Citadel, and he would always tell us, we're not playing to win this game. We're playing to win against whoever we're going to see in the national championship. It's probably going to be Clemson. We might see Georgia in the college football playoff. So that kind of mentality, it resonated with me because I'm used to that. And that, to me, you're setting a standard of excellence. It's not about winning this game. It's not about winning this moment. It's about creating just an excellence that you desire as a young man for life outside of football, for life outside of the game. And it sounds like you're doing that the right way, and your team is responding well to it.
We're certainly trying.
So I would put you at the top of the list as far as inspirational speeches, right? I mean, that halftime, but you've also put out a bunch that's been pregame. I need a little help in that area. We did one last year, Damien, in studio.
It wasn't good.
I had to give one from Florida State, and they went 2-10. So clearly it didn't resonate. Where do you get your inspiration from? Do you, for a game tomorrow, do you have a couple bullet points that you look for? Is it something that's in the spur of the moment? How do you get this team so ready to run through a wall for you?
Well, first of all, thank you. And they might have just put that speech on before they beat Alabama. Maybe it just took a little while to kick in. So,
that's right.
I mean, they played great a couple weeks ago. I think for me, I don't ever plan out what I'm going to say, because I think when you do that, it's not super authentic. Yeah. I think the biggest thing I've tried to do, and as I've evolved as a coach, is just try to be aware. Just try to be aware. Don't not put ghosts in your head, are they ready? Are they not ready? But just try to be aware of the things that are out there. A couple of years ago, I said something the warrior doesn't need a weapon. The warrior is the weapon. Well, the chaplain had said that earlier that day, and I was like, man, that's life-changing. I said, if we die, we die, and next thing you know, Will Compton has it on people's shirts, and they're selling it downtown. But it was because I felt like our team was so afraid of failing that they wouldn't try to win, and so it was just kind of where we were. And so when I was, during my stop in the NFL, I felt like, COVID hit, and I started the only way to communicate was on PowerPoints. I started becoming very PowerPoints. I had these long team meetings, and I got back, and it just never felt real and authentic. It wasn't who I really was. I was and so when I came here, I was like, man, I'm not showing PowerPoints. I'm not having these long team meetings. I'm going to say what I need to say and then get out. And I don't know what I'll say tomorrow. At the end of the day, it's the Big Ten opener versus a ranked team at home. They're probably pretty ready to play, right? But I do want them to know that I believe in them. And I do want them always to know that I got their back. It's going to be hard. But when you go out there together and you're playing for each other, and when your coaching staff says, hey, no matter what, we have your back, now just go play hard, I think you can kind of free up, and that's what our team needs to do.
Love it. Coach, one thing I love about your team, defensively, I'm a defender. I'm a bit biased. Defense win championships. But losing, key contributors in terms of the personnel side of things, not knowing exactly what you guys would be, right? What I've seen so far, especially in the secondary, has been outstanding, consistent coverage, not to mention tackling. So what are you expecting from that unit tomorrow against Bryce Underwood?
Well, we're going to play man. We're going to play match quarters. We're not going to. The worst thing you can do as a coach is all of a sudden get to a game versus a good opponent and be like, oh, we better change up here now. Like, do you believe in your guys or not? Like, we're going to go out there and play those. We're going to play those things, and play our best. I know that they're going to bring their best. We got to bring our best, and so. I trust our guys. And, we've had some guys get hurt. Malcolm Hartzog goes down. The next guy goes and Sierra moves into the slot. Donnie goes out and plays outside. Like, I don't even care who's – I love my guys, but I don't even care who's out there. I want the coaching staff to call the game and put the game plan together like we trust our players. Because if you do that, players play with more swagger. They play with more confidence because they know Coach trusts me. So we're going to have to do that to put the guys in the box to be able to stop the run. And then I think the biggest thing is tackling. When you face a pro-style run game, they're going to crack safeties and try to get what? Try to get the back.
Make the corners attack.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which they don't like to do.
And so, you know what? We rep it. We practice it all the time. We're still an old school team. Like, we're not out here. The sports science guy isn't telling me when to stop practice. Like, we're out here. We're tackling. We're thudding. We are working on that 24/7 because we know to win in the Big Ten, everyone has to tackle. Yeah. You have to cover, you have to tackle, you have to rush the passer. I just want our guys to free up and turn it loose.
We can't wait. We can't wait to watch it. Best of luck. Appreciate it.
Thank you for your time.
Man.
Thank you.
Here we go. The 2025 CBS Sports NFL schedule is here. 18 glorious Sundays.
He's got his receiver touchdown.
Filled with rematches.
Oh, the play of the year.
And rivalries.
Touchdown, Bengals.
Plus, plenty of superstar showdowns. And an epic matchup between the Chiefs and Cowboys on Thanksgiving. Clear your Sundays beginning September 7th for the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
You can't count on accurate expiration dates.
That is a rookie mistake.
Or the kindness of strangers. But you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS, streaming on Paramount Plus.